Right, so hey guys, and welcome to Dovetail Games Train Sim World. So today, the new DBBR 182 EuroSprinter came out. 182, I've been saying 185 everywhere, haven't I? Check what I've just said to other people. Yeah, I've been calling it 185 for some reason, it's 182. Yeah, so hey guys, and welcome to today's live stream. So we're driving the brand new DBBR 182 EuroSprinter from Dovetail Games. Yeah, it's quite a good one. Welcome, Aiden. How are you doing? How are you doing today? So the scenario, the train itself released today, as I said, and it's currently out on the rapid transit. No thing it's on the description just yet, but if we go to the service scenario tutorials, we should have a brand new loco to mess around with. There you go, BR182 introduction. I also have a. Oh, we finally have an introduction to DBPZB. Okay. Waited for that for a long time. Yes, welcome Antonis. How you doing today? How you doing? Right, so 182 costs currently £11.99 in the UK, £11.99, and mainly operates throughout Germany. Although the EuroSprinter series itself has spread itself quite worldwide actually. So, for example, the Accelerator Express from the Northeastern Corridor DLC on Train Sim World, the ATS64 is also a from the same family, EuroSprinter, although a slightly different name because the EuroSprinter, the Euro bit doesn't quite work in America. But yeah, it should be quite exciting this. And well, yeah, we'll go for load up the tutorial. We'll up the first, I guess, scenario for this, kind of figure out how the train operates. A few people tuning in. Welcome to all the people logging in. How you all doing today? Hope all is good. Yes, so the 182 itself, so it's an electric locomotive, DB Red. Train itself, so as it's a passenger train, usually runs passenger services. It uses the DoppelStock wagon, which is what we'll be driving in the scenario here. Although it should be quite interesting, the DoppelStock wagon, the double-decker trains, driving down the underground tunnel bits. Now that would be quite interesting to see how actually if it fits or not, especially because some of those tunnels can be quite narrow. So that would be quite interesting. Yes, community challenge beta. We'll talk about that as well. The community challenges today. But yeah, rapid transits. It's a fairly old route now. I think it was the second DLC to release, first one after Great Western Express. So yeah, so you have the initial release, which was CS6 Heavy Haul in America. Then you've got yeah, Great Western Express before we go to this one. Alright, 182 introduction. Let's see how this one goes. What kind of transport are we doing today? This is trains. This is trains.
Welcome to this BR182 electric locomotive in DB traffic red livery. During this brief introduction, we'll go through the startup, stopping, and passenger door operations.
I'm fairly sure that's Martin's voice.
Climb aboard to get started.
Yeah, I think that's Martin. I could be wrong, but that does sound like him. Let's climb aboard. Let's get ourselves going. What station are we at right now? Oh yeah, at the very far north one, Dessau. If I can find the stairs to get up. There we go. Climb board, get to the cab. And that's a bit of interior one actually, I will say. Definitely a lot more than most trains usually give us. It's quite nice. So you said so, because you've seen Train Sim World. Flight Sim World, yes, Flight Sim World. Rest in peace. Actually, come up to a year now. Yeah, it's coming up to about a year since Flight Sim World ended, and I'll definitely do a quick coverage on that.
It's important to use the correct light configuration when the train is operational.
Nope, you want this one. There we go.
A lot of your time will be spent in the driver's seat. To get the locomotive up and running, set the master switch.
Set it to neutral, okay. Auxiliary yes must charge for you pantograph and raise, okay. So I presume then that's having automatically as we set the train to neutral. Is this free? No, it costs £12 in the UK. Prices slightly vary depending on where you are in the world. But yes, it costs £11.99 here in the UK. There we go.
Now activate the pantograph so that it raises up and makes contact with the overhead catenary.
So that goes up and close the circuit breaker.
Is now ready to be energized. This is controlled by the main circuit breaker.
Exterior lights come on.
Headlights are important in letting others
Headlights into normal. Oh, marker headlights, sorry. Marker normal. There we go.
We now need to wait a moment and let the brake system charge. It'll take a minute or two.
Brake system, I'll presume that's down on the right. The bar's pressure going up. So yes, brakes now being pressurised. That'll take a couple of seconds before that comes into life. And then it will be very soon ready to move the train out in operation. Is that a horn? I can't move it just yet. I'm sure we'll get a chance to listen to the horn in a couple of seconds, but before we do that, actually have a look at the loco itself. I mean,
When stopped for longer periods of time, or when leaving the cab, a parking brake is engaged. We'll need to ensure that this is released in order to get moving.
Okay, we'll talk in a moment while he talks over me. Right, press down until the parking brake releases. That's going to flash, that's
Use
fine.
the master switch to determine the direction of travel.
We're going to go forwards.
Give a quick glance of the platform to ensure all is safe, and then unlock the doors.
Okay, can't open a window to glance platform, but right, door selects the right doors. And then switch on the right, open. Okay, so it's a very similar system to the previous trains you've used in the sim. Right, so yes, the EuroSprinter itself, the 182, have to say, it's definitely a sleeker train compared to most. No flat edges, none of that, it's just a completely rounded front. For me, it's maybe not my favourite kind of styling for a train, but I guess for like airflow and all that, probably the better design for it. Cabin design at the back's quite interesting, got the extra connection going in there. What's that all about? Is that power maybe?
Boarding is now complete, so set the doors to locked.
I'm going to say that's maybe the way power gets into the train.
The train brake is used for normal line operations.
Release that.
Due to the size and weight of this train, small amounts of traction should be used to overcome.
That's fine. We'll go for a light bit of power and then slowly push the train up. Yeah, so when it comes to console releases, I believe the Xbox and PlayStation and Xbox releases come out tomorrow or next couple of days. Have I paid for it? Yes. Woo! I did not spot her until last seconds. Okay, sheesh. Have I paid for new rapid transport routes? Yes, this is rapid transit. Rapid transit we're on right now. Well, I don't think this one, the actual train itself, got the pre-release sale. Sometimes I know that Dovetail games do pre-release sales for their routes, but this one, not too sure if it got that. She's probs on their phone. Of course. Random lady walking on the track. I'm sure that as a train driver, most train drivers do not enjoy that. That's fine. We've still got a little bit of throttles go up. We'll stick it on the normal thing. Where is the next station actually? It doesn't tell me. Yeah, let's use the cameras. We can mess around, look around. A little fast, but we're braking in. There we go. And so, I was talking over it, so you couldn't quite hear it, but basically 182 has like a... I don't know what the right word to say, but it's like a tuned do re mi kind of melody as it goes up. It's quite a nice sound, I will say. Next time we do accelerate from a standstill, I'll definitely get you guys listen to that properly. But yeah, it's definitely a nice little sound. Right, so let's go for the proper horn now. Yeah, very German, as all trains are. Can't wait for the next British routes. If we know Dovetail games, there'll be American one first, and then British. So We had the recent release of what's it called? Of Northern TRANS-PENNINE. No, yeah, with Northern TRANS-PENNINE. I was British. Then we had the German one, the main Spessarts-Bahn. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. And after main Spessarts, it was then. Well, we don't know yet. I don't even know, and I'm very close to Dovetail, so they wouldn't even tell me. But yeah, so it's probably be an American route next, because there's definitely been a pattern: American, British, German with Dovetail games, because they are the three biggest markets for Train Sim World. But you never know. I personally would definitely quite see a new country coming up soon. I mean, if you look at the Train Sim fan base, there are definitely, for example, a lot of Polish Train Sim users. So it would be nice to see Dovetail games cater for the Polish base, especially as it is kind of, or Germany at least. You could have a fair few similar packs. I mean, when I was in Poland a couple of weeks ago, I rode on a train between Rzeszów and Yarosław, and it's kind of similar to this really. So you got your intercity train stopping at all the main stations. So that was the train I took. And after that, there's also an intercity train as well, actually, that stops within the station, and it kind of avoids all the stopping services. Similar in the UK, I guess, as well, for some rural lines. But, yeah, seeing the Polish train network in Train Sim World could very much be an option, I'd say. Yeah, Dovetail, if you're watching this, make a Polish route. I'm sure you've got a big enough fan base in Poland to consider that. I wish it would be kind of train sound could be on the tube. In London, I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't mind. I mean, for example, the Jubilee line 1996 stocks. I quite like the Metcam motors on that. Although I quite like the older trains. I mean, you look at the Bakerloo line 72 stock and the Piccadilly 73 stock trains. I quite like the old style motor noises from that. I mean, I did the Heritage run on 1938 stock I think about a month ago now, riding the 38, and that was a really good day out, I will say. Definitely enjoyed listening to the sound of that train. He tries to get him forward to service and growth on mainline routes, quickly got out of it and train one itself. It also found it, yes. So basically, stick train into throttle full, and then jump out the door before the automatic speed lock will close it. And then yeah, you can just about escape with that. Right, so that was the tutorial. There are scenarios for this service, and there are 3 of them that are included. But I won't be doing them today. As always, they'll be out every Thursday. We'll do one of each scenario. But no, the overall handling of that train, the 185, is it 185 or 182? Half the marketing says 182. I'm going to check that image next time it comes up. I'm sure this says 185. Okay, it says 182. I'm just being blind. Right, so yeah, scenarios. We have got 3 scenarios. S-Bahn Sprinter, City Express, and Night Rider. And we'll do those, like I say, once every week. Should be a pretty good one for that. Right, let's go into services. Let's let up we go for the 182 or the DoppelStock wagon. Of course, it's going to be the 182 for now, since this is the new one that just came out. And yeah, let's pick a service. So we'll do a full length service, since I don't know what station we actually need to stop at. Are we stopping at every station, or are we an intercity through train? Because I'd presume we're a through train, but I don't quite know about the services just yet. Yeah, we'll see what that gives us. So that loads, and then we'll start with our service for today. Yeah, so Rapid Transit. When this service actually came out initially, so like I said, this is the second DLC route to come out during the beta. Well, first of all, let's obviously say that it wasn't exactly the most popular, and probably the first that people had a few issues with when it came to the world environments being quite empty and dead. I mean, Dovetail games have definitely worked on that over time, and the world environment's starting to get a lot better, especially the more recent routes. But yeah, it said that the world environment did feel a bit dead, and trains were very sparse. I'm sure as time went on, things have definitely been a little bit better with the amount of services going by. Have I played Infinite Flight on mobile? Yes, I have. I don't have the subscription or anything, but I have got the base version of it, and yeah, it's not too bad. Infinite Flight's maybe not my main kind of simulator. It's not something I play all the time, but for a mobile sim, it does the basics. It does the basics. I'll give it a few seconds, and then that'll pop into life. Whoops, I did not want to do that. Hope that's not messed around with the text box size on the stream, because it'd be awkward if it did. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's see, what else do we have to say about this? Actually, yes, so the 182 and all the EuroSprinter services, when it comes to their electric services, so I think the fastest diesel train is the UK British Class 43, the HST, the 125. But for electric trains, then the EuroSprinter series, the 182 especially, is probably one of the fastest racing trains in the world. So, yeah, definitely one of the fastest in the world. And again, the three-phase motor talked about already. There are 13 notes in total. There you go. 13 notes in total going through. And braking. Wheel braking needs a traction motor to slow down. The same can be had in reverse. So as you slow down, the melody goes in backwards as well. So, yeah, it's a bit of a nibble behind the train. Here we go, right, so Train Sim World, DBBR2 adds a dash of red to the rapid transit route, depicts the Mitteldeutschland S-Bahn S2 line during the transitional phase, moving period, where the DBBR 1442 EMUs were still being delivered. Basically, so I'm guessing what this means is before the Talent 2s entered the line, then, yeah, before the Talent 2s entered the line, I guess these were like the main trains operating on Leipzig, U-Bahn, or even S-Bahn. Virgin Trains have let us down. In what way? In what way? I mean, when they put up the new like service thing for the railways, I mean they didn't exactly go for all the right things. What was it they messed up on? It was to do with pension payments. They weren't doing enough in terms of pension payments, which is what lost them the contracts. But what do you mean by they failed us? Because I don't quite understand that comment. You said let us down. I don't quite understand that comment. Anyways, we'll open the door. So left hand side and open. So we go head downstairs. Whoops. Probably doing too much on this monitor, am I? Why can we be one of the fastest trains in the world? What do you mean again? What do you mean by that? Why can we be one of the fastest trains in the world? I mean, like I said, this is one of the fastest accelerating trains in the world. Did doors not unlock? Hang on, I need to get back inside. Teleport back. Left doors. Open. Do I need to set it up properly? Let's have a look. Neutral. Pantograph raise and sacrate close. And then open. There we go, right, I just didn't put any power in the train, therefore it wasn't actually doing anything. Yes, so like I said, this is one of the fastest accelerating trains in the world. When it comes to top speed, I don't think it's one of the fastest trains in the world. Fastest train in the world would be the Chinese one that go like 400 kilometers an hour. Are Virgin trains one of the fastest in the world? No, they're very much not the fastest. Hang on, what is it? The Pendolino class. It's a not 320. What is it? Virgin Pendolino. There you go. Virgin Pendolino speed. What's the top speed of the? trains. There you go. Last year, unveiled plans to boost train rate. So 125, 135 miles per hour, 220 kilometers an hour. The Virgin trains 390s, they can go maybe half the speed of the fastest train in the world. If you're looking for a fast train in the UK, they don't exist, I'm afraid. There we go. Right, lock doors. Let's get going, shall we? There goes the forwards. Doors are closing. There we go. Which is complete. And then we'll start making our way to the first station. 1.5 kilometers. That's fine enough. Release the brakes. Chelsea have just kicked off against Slavia Prague. Come on, Chelsea. Welcome, Delta. Welcome, Delta. How are you doing today? Q400. Loving the Q400. Not finding it too much, but it's definitely an aircraft I'm learning the basics of. And that was the Drawyah with the motor going up. What do I prefer, a 315 or a 317? Probably a class 315. Those are the super old British trains, are they? Whoops, going way too fast. Yeah, so 315 are the former London Overground, now Northern trains. 317 is one of the Liverpool Metro. At least one of them is Liverpool Metro. But yeah, 315 I'd probably say is the train I prefer the most. It's certainly the train I've used the most, because I don't think I've ever been on a 317, but 315 I certainly have. Greetings, Val. How you doing today? How are you doing? Glad you're enjoying it. It's a hard plane to love. Yes, the Q400, I know, is not exactly the most popular plane in the world. A death trap, as many would call it. But, hey, if I'm going to fly it myself in May, then I've got to learn to like it, don't I? Anyways, next station is Markelberg, Grobstadten. Greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. Guten Abend. Right, station coming up very shortly. Going a little fast for my liking actually, but the brake on this train I know is actually pretty good, so we should be alright for slowing and stopping. Also, I want to get rid of that, because that makes more sense for me. Q1 XP will be awesome. Yeah, any updates on when that releases? Because I am very much waiting for it, let's just say that. Very much waiting for it. Hopefully it's a soon release one. But you never know what time gives you. Right, doors open. Passengers may now board. If I open the window, I can now stick my head out. Look at all those going down. How's 182 putting into Penn Station yourself in the LIRR? It's pretty good, I will say. For a train simulator train, certainly one of the better ones. Welcome, Bam Gaming. How you doing today? Q4 XP, the future. The Q4, is that a hint to quarter 4 2019? Hashtag, what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Okay, well, that's a ruined joke. Exposed. Hashtag exposed. That's it. Well, that just definitely killed the joke. Yes. Yeah, quarter 4 for X-Plane. G400 V2. Was it V3 now? No, I think it's V2. Anyways, doors will close in a second. Nope, I am 1 second early. The doors are locking. I think. Come on. Oh, maybe I should press them to close. It'll help. How's your day? How's your day today? Not bad. Okay, work dragged out a bit, but not bad. Nah, I do usually enjoy work. I've never really had a problem with those guys over there. But, yeah, it's nice to be home. It's nice to actually do something I enjoy. I love the motors, the Drawyah, the motors when you bring the power up. That is very nice, and I think the recording is pretty much spot on as well. That sounds very nice. Yeah, definitely won't be this year. Yeah, don't you worry. It's definitely going to be a larger project. But I'm sure close to release time, if we get a few more previews and sneaks of that. Do I work on the railway? No, very much not. I just enjoy the railway, basically. I'm that sad kid that loves his trains and planes and all that. The back of the school. Okay, achievement unlocks the BR182 Sprint 182. Yeah, I was always that sad kid in the background who likes his planes and trains. So that's where my love for this comes from. But to be fair, I'm more closer. Whoops, I'm going to be way too fast for this. More closer to my aeroplanes. Bear in mind that this year I will be doing my private pilot's license. And next month, May 5th actually, is my first proper official lesson for that. So do stick around for that if you're interested in your flights. I'm definitely going to do a quick video on that, the very beginning of my flying life. Okay, coming a little slow, that's fine since we are a couple seconds early. The acceleration of this train does help. Likewise, let's enjoy the melody in backwards, shall we? Left hand side open again. Just go outside ourselves and enjoy the train. Bit loud in the generator room, I must say. And then, of course, the DoppelStock Wagon 767 DBZ. In its usual for myself. Although, again, I'm not 100% sure what this is. It looks like a plug. It looks like a plug. I'm presuming it's power. There's nothing else it really can be at this stage. Yeah, fingers crossed I do go to Finland again this winter, because I will very much be riding the double-decker train on that again. Do I like Michael Jackson? Let's not make any comments or references or any of that. What I will say is that I sometimes found his music a bit overrated. I'm not a massive fan of pop though, so the king of pop never did it for me in one way or another. Where enough is the then there's the staircase up. Any panels we can open? No, but we have got circuit breakers, I think. I know they're empty panels. There are ventilation there then. Fair enough. Cab doors. That's the rear cab. We don't need that. And okay, I don't think I can open any of these cabinets here, so these are very much going to be like batteries and cells that I shouldn't really be playing with. Alright, so in we go, sit down. Probably should lock the doors a little while ago, I've just completely ignored that. And I've gone to open again, so we should do that again. Brakes release, and next station is Markelberg in just under a mile. We've got to be there. We've got about a minute. That's plenty of time. So yeah, next station is Markelberg Nord. I should actually remember to turn on the destination display, because that is a function on this train. There we go. Destination is Dessau. And I'll double check the front of the train as well, once we do arrive at this station. There we go. A bit more power in, so stopping a little too soon. Hey Drawyah, how are you? Not bad, not bad. Like I say, got back from work earlier, but otherwise, yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Alright, open doors. Hopefully it didn't stop too badly. So I'm going to try and make the platform, which it has done. Right. Check the sides. Destination is Dessau, Hauptbahnhof. SA, it's Dessau, Bauernhof. Or Hauptbahnhof, sorry. And there you go. SA, it's Dessau, Hauptbahnhof. Very good, very good. It's nice to see all that actually featured on the train as well. I mean, since Dovetail Games brought in the the destination displays, they're one step closer to making this train sim almost as good as well as subways. I'm still waiting for the announcements in the background as well. I wonder if there'll be any AI trains. There should be. At least in the normal services there were the AI trains. So, yeah, we'll see what they have. Any idea what the next DLC will be? No, because they won't even tell me, despite the fact that I am very close to Dovetail Games. So as much as I'd like to know what the next one will be, they will not tell me. Whoops. On the other hand, if you're willing to ask Dovetail to tell me, then you're always welcome to. I don't think the train comes with AFB, so... Well, yeah, there's no Oh, hang on. There is. What's the AFB switch again? We've got AFB. I mean, this train route is not exactly the most required, since it's a very short route. But once you get towards the northern parts of the map, then as the distance between stations get wider, we should be able to use that a bit more. Welcome London Midland, how you doing today? How you doing, man? How you doing? No D-stocks for us today. You want sequel to V3 on the Underground? There were definitely talks originally, so when the S-stocks came out on the Circle Line, I remember there was a lot of forum threads on the One Sideways forums, CMS forums, asking them to add the S-stocks to the simulator, but they never did, I'm afraid, which disappointed many. But I remember there were definitely a lot of talks going on about adding that to the sim. My camera lighting is really not helping me much. And the shadows don't look yeah. Try and get the shading right, because if it hides my chin, then it's just like a massive thumb on the bottom right of the screen. That's the last thing I want people to see. Right, next station is Leipzig Konowitz, where you do have a red signal to deal with, so preferably stop before that, maybe. Yeah, what would I like to see as next add-on? Like I said, maybe somewhere in Poland, or somewhere, or Finland for sure, because I love that country. But no, Poland would be quite nice, because I'm half Polish myself, but a lot of train sim world users are Polish. A lot of train sim users and simulators users in general are Polish, and yeah, it'll be a break from the English, German, American thing that we've currently got. Welcome, your name's in blocks there. Welcome, Mads, how you doing today? How you doing? Not doing too well. Version is going to disappear around November. Yeah, okay, so for me, hello, somebody who asked about AI trains earlier. Yes, there is an AI train right there. I presume you'll be departing first before we do. Yeah, so for me personally, I do prefer nationalised railways. I won't go too politically into it. Basically, 100% of the funds that go into trains should go back into trains. It's a public service, so having it public would make a lot more sense. As for Virgin Trains, though, in the West Coast Main Line, they seem to be the only one that's not terrible what they do. I mean, the train services are usually on time, and cancellations I find are very slim. And when it comes to pricing, I mean, I can easily get from London to Birmingham for about £23 return. Going to Bristol on the Great Western Main Line, that's about like 100 and something quid minimal, so price-wise not too bad either. But yeah, I still prefer my nationalised services, just makes more sense. Cost might be your last ride on Virgin Pendolino. Same here, same here. I don't have any... No. When is the Worley National Railway show? Because that's in November. Basically, whoever's in charge of the service on the 23rd of November, that will probably be my last time on the Virgin trains, or first time on the new service. Stagecoach trains now have been pretty decent. Virgin and South West trains. Yeah, as long as it's not Govia, then yeah, you're alright. Seems like I above hates them. The only companies I'd say that I don't like are Govia and First. Govia can't run a stable train system. They are very bad and create delays out of anything. And First, while their services are good, their pricing structure is not. I hate their pricing. Arriva trains are not too bad, but they're kind of a dying breed in the UK. I mean, they recently lost the Chiltern main line. No, sorry. They've been put for sale. They've been put for sale by Deutsche So if you're interested in buying a train company, then the Arriva trains are for sale. Kind of expect some railway take over, because they'll just overprice stuff, yeah. As much as they run a good service, their pricing is too high. Can't wait for the 710s, they're going to go past your house. Sounds good, sounds good. That's the Alabeo, right? That's the like the Stansted Express and all that. Yeah, so this Alabeo, the 710, 710s or 715s? Sorry, 710 is the over the ground. The 715. No, what's the Stadler Flirt? Which one's going on the? It's a Greater Anglia. The 755, the 750 and 755. Those ones I'm thinking about. So yeah, so the 710s are the new overground trains, and the 755s, the new Stansted Express trains. So I've had a chance to kind of ride on them, but not really, because basically Stadler Flirts are the main trains in Norway and the main trains in Finland. I've been to Norway, I've been to Finland, so I got to ride trains out there, and I actually quite like them. They sound quite weird, the air compressor on them are very weird. In Finland it's called the old man breathing when translated, but yeah, whoops, I'm going to miss another station there. Unfortunately the brakes are really good on this train. Yeah, Stadler Flirts I do quite like. You prefer Govia over Southern. Govia owns Southerns, so another reason why to avoid them. They've had that up in 2008, you tracked my statements. Yeah, as I say, Govia owns Southerns, so good luck with that. They own Thameslink, they own Southern. Not a great service at all. I mean, I'd like to see them improve for sure, but after when they changed the timetables and all that, the way they handled that, and then their boss got a knighthood as well, or something ridiculous as well. No, the way they handled that entire thing completely destroyed everything. Alright, so what is our time right now? 7:26. We are about a minute behind schedule, so I do need to try and catch up. Govia used to own them in 2. Yeah, they used to be in the Midlands, but then they lost them a couple of years ago now, actually. Alright, doors are on the right hand side now, so I'll switch that across and open. All looks good. Stick our head out the window. Since there's quite a few passengers here at Leipzig MDR right now. You don't mind London Midlands. I don't mind them either. I don't mind them either. Because they're owned by, what is the Midlands train? They own the East Midlands trains as well. Yeah, that whole setup, East Midlands trains and London Midlands. I don't mind them, but I've never really used them. That being said, on Saturday, so in 2 days, I'll also be taking the East Coast Main Line up to Peterborough. So, yeah, Peterborough I'm expecting to be quite it's quite a good journey. It's early in the day, so no chance of delay. It's like one of the first trains out. Back in 2015, when you were 8, I was at Clapham Junction with your uncle, got to speak to some drivers, pretty cool. Plus road train and got a photo with him. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. I mean, my summer experiences would probably be... I never really got to go into like... when I was younger, I really loved trains. But it's like, I never really rode in them, that kind of stuff. I mean, I was always more of the aeroplane fan when I was younger. And so, whenever I could, go into the cockpit of the aeroplane at the end of the flight, that was Christmas Day for me, basically. But, nah, there are definitely a few train drivers that are cool like that. We've got another service coming up over here right now. So, the question that I want to ask... Will the DoppelStock wagon actually fit underneath tunnels? I mean, this is not exactly the tallest train ever, but the double-decker here, actually surely it must fit, because the pantographs will fit as well, so the pantographs make it sure to fit. I'm probably just overthinking things as I usually do. Anyways, come to top speed now, so I'll bring back the throttle, and now to enter the Leipzig tunnels. 600 meters to the next station. We can actually just about see it right there in the open. The fact we're actually slowing down a downhill stretch of track shows out the weight of this thing. Probably put some cab lights on. Probably one of the heavier ones, I will say. Normal, right. I completely forgot about the station. Emergency brakes just to help us slow. I completely forgot about the station. Completely forgot about it. Left hand side. and open. Hopefully at least someone got to get out here. Yeah, as long as the rear carriages have stopped. Passengers wait. What's the station name? Sorry. Bayerischer. Passengers wanted to depart. Hang on. What is it? I mean, you could go for simple. The front doors will not open at this station. Please use other doors. Passengers wanting to disembark from Bayerischer, please use the rear doors. If I close these, as long as it doesn't affect the boarding thing, which it hasn't done, that's fine. We'll close you as well. Yeah, please use the rear doors if you want to leave her. Yeah, at least someone got the idea. Nah, it's quite a good route, Leipzig, and the whole rapid transit thing. It's just a shame that it did feel so empty that no one ever really loved it. I mean, the whole tunnel section, that was a whole special thing. Right, brakes are released, put the throttle up. And the lights, have I actually got the lights on properly? Yeah, that's fine. Right, so how are you guys doing right now? Hope you're all finding the trains and all the topic about UK rail interesting. So I certainly am, actually. Definitely a lot you can learn through this kind of stuff. Yeah, we won't turn on the cab lights left. Just turn the cab light, doesn't really matter. Right, time is 15:32. We arrived 15:31, so we're about a minute behind. But slowly catching up with the timetable at least. Like I say, towards the end of the route, we see the tunnels and stations get a bit further apart. We'll certainly be able to get a little bit more spacing to deal with timings and whatnot. Doors open, passengers board. Oh yeah, wouldn't mind these space here working as well. We used to do what the subways did, TML Studios, which is have a texture that when it senses the train near it, it kind of changes to trains approaching, please stand back, something like that. True, but modern UK DLC Trains in World wouldn't kill. Yes, Trains in Worlds, they've definitely gone for a bit of the heritage stuff as of recent. The only modern UK route is the West Coast, is the Great Eastern Express. Although you think Dovetail's now obliged to get the Virgin route in. Definitely, because if they're about to lose the contract for West Coast Main Line, and it was last year that Dovetail Games made a massive thing about, we've just got the Virgin's licensing. Look at us, this is so big. Oh, well, we've just lost Virgin Train, so licensing will not mean much once they do lose it. I mean, they could do what they did with the former owners, the London Midlands. Not London Midlands, sorry, it was South East Trains, I think it was. Basically, there's one of these railway companies where they were very adamant Dovetail Games do not use them. Then they lost the contract, so they don't exist anymore, and then Dovetail Games went and used them because they had unlicensed trains on the line before. I think it was Southeast and Southeast trains, something like that. But, have a look. It was one with a really fancy red and blue livery. I actually quite liked their livery, one of my favourites. It wasn't Southeast. It might have been Southwest. I'll check it in a second. There's one who goes to Windsor Station. Let me have a look. Next station coming up shortly, so I need to stop for that. It'll be Riverside Station. Southwest Trains Go Express also night 2. Yes, I know about that one. Southwest Trains, so it was the people who owned the service before Southwest Trains. they said no, and then they went bankrupt, or they lost their contract, and then they went and took over. Yeah, 2017 Stagecoach. Yeah, okay, so Stagecoach Southwest Trains, they're the ones who denied it. Stagecoach Southwest Trains. And so when they lost the contract to the current operator, which is First Group, they then went and used the Stagecoach branding because it's now freely available. They don't have to do anything about it. So as long as they don't use the First Group livery, then they're fine to get away with that. So yeah, Stagecoach were adamant, no, do not use our livery, we don't want it in the train sim. But if they don't exist anymore, who's there to stop them? Alright, close in a few seconds. Yeah, Heathrow Express, they don't like anyone really. I remember when they talked about the whole... so you got London, Heathrow Express, and you got the other one as well. The not TfL Rail, the ones they replaced, the Heathrow Connects, that's it. When Heathrow Connects got awarded the contracts to use the tunnels of the Heathrow Express, they wanted some stupid thing like £1 million for every 5 carriages that went in the tunnel, something like that. It's a very weird contract, but the government's blocked it and allowed them to use the tunnel for free because it was like an abuse of power, which kind of lost them that. But yeah, the Heathrow Express is a very weird setup. Owned by Heathrow Airport, so fair enough, they've got all the licensing costs to bear in mind, but yeah, they're not exactly my favourite operator. Here we go, next station. Don't quite know why it's been stuttering a little bit, but maybe just be like the next chunk. You might be using Heathrow Express on Train Sim. I mean, 99% of it already exists. It's called the Great Western Main Line. If you go as far as Hayes and Harlington, after that there's only one more station, which is Heathrow Airport. So if somebody wants to do that in the Train Sim Mod editor, or Train Simulator editor, then it's technically more than possible because the line already exists. It's just missing one portion of track. Train Sim Mod even gives us an excuse for extension on the line to rating routes. Yeah, gives an excuse to do that. Problem is they wouldn't allow them to use the licensing, so they are very limited when they don't have the legal rights to do so. And as much as they could do an unbranded train, the reason they don't go for unbranded is because they did a little while ago. I think it was when they actually had the Virgin trains when they did the 390 first. No licensing, so they couldn't get all the right data and like liveries and stuff for it. And yeah, people complained that it wasn't branded, so Dovetail decided that they wouldn't do unbranded stuff anymore. And again, you can see why. They want authenticity. If they can't get the company to do it, then nothing authentic about that. I mean, even Flight Sim World got the Airbus and Boeing licensing, and Flight Sim World never even really did either of those, other than the A321 AI plane, based on the exact same model as the FSX. Yeah, one day I will invest in a proper green screen, but for now we'll get to enjoy my very rubbish lighting setup. Can I maybe use a receipt as like a... what's it called? Make it like a little less harsh, possibly. I think that's done a pretty good job, a receipt. One day I'll be able to afford a lot of fancy stuff, but certainly not just yet. Alright, close the doors, brakes are off. Let's get going. Paddington to Penzance, good luck. I'd say you've got more chance of getting it out of Just Trains than Dovetail Games. I mean, if they want to expand the entirety of the Great Western Main Line, then yeah, we could do Penzance, but not for a little while. Yeah, if they want to computer fried, then just don't do a route like that. Certainly not. Certainly not. Maybe on a flight simulator, where you can do the whole world. The train simulator, we need detail on the track. Good luck. Right, so it's 2 kilometers next station. Being a little fast, so bring out the throttle slightly. Not much, because again, the weight of the train seems to be pretty good at slowing us down. You're a flight simmer, those are rookie numbers. I'm a flight simmer too. Have you ever seen my PC spec? Click on the see more thing on the description. I'm surprised I can even run X-Plane at all, because my spec is certainly below spec. Yes, it's definitely tomorrow that the train releases onto consoles. And after that, probably a new route, because I don't think they'll do any more like train extensions. I don't mind seeing 1 or 2 more free trains maybe coming in, or maybe 1 or 2 more free routes. But at the end of the day, Dovetail Games management do need an income, and that's why they haven't really done much of it. But I wouldn't mind seeing maybe, at least when the editor comes out, the user base definitely creates a few freeware routes and whatnot to come. Yeah, just GPU. GPU's on my list. GPU's on my list to upgrades. Problem is, do I buy a fancy GPU or do I spend it on 1 more extra hour of flight lessons? It's a hard choice to make. Do I want my computer game flight sim to look good, or do I want my real life flight sim to last a little longer? First world problems, eh? What a shame. Oh god, the compressor's going. So it'll get louder and louder for the next few seconds. There we go, then now just powers down. Slap in a 1060. Yeah, 1060 would definitely be a good way to do it, and they are fairly cheap, so there are certainly inexpensive ways of doing it. Or I could always believe my brother into doing it. If you've got Just Trains, so if Just Trains got permission to use London Underground licensing, then I suppose we'll see some more tube stock in the future for Train Sim. Dovetail Games for the London Underground licensing, they have TFL and all that. They just haven't done anything with it yet. I mean, look at Train Simulator. There are 1 or 2 London Underground packages and nonsense like that, but they have officially got the TFL licensing. They just haven't done anything with it. But I know that there are 1 or 2 people at Dovetail Games who are actually desperate to get London Underground onto the Train Sim world. They just don't know how to do it because there's a lot of lines, a lot of stations, and the people will be a pain to go as well. So, for example, you can't have too many people on the platform because people's systems will slow down. So, can you play? Hang on. Can you play another Train Sim World DLC on the stream, please? Maybe towards the end. Maybe towards the end. At the end of the day, this is more of a focus on the brand new one that came out today. But if people are desperate for another train route at the end of it, then maybe I can spend like half an hour or so just messing around on other services. Trains are uploaded today, so hopefully the route will appear tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow this route will appear on my transit routes. So has Rapid Transit released onto consoles? So I don't quite 100%. I'm not up to track with the whole console release of Train Sim World. So has Rapid Transit released onto consoles? And how's that looking on there? Looks like I'm killing an Enterprise version of London Underground Route 2 for use on training. Who's seen the Jeff Marshall, Elizabeth Line Crossrail Purple Train video when he went on the simulator? I was sure, I was convinced that there was a copy of Train Sim World. There's the train over there, another one. Yeah, if you haven't seen Jeff Marshall's Elizabeth Line simulator video, check it out. I am convinced that is Train Sim World or something very similar. Graphically, right down to the point, it looks so much like it. Maybe one day I'll ask Pedalson over a drink or two, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm positive that that was definitely something Dovetail, or at least they had a look into it or something. I don't know. Can you imagine if that's going to destock the train sim and use the default 4.5 sounds? Which one's a 4.55 again? Remind myself of all the train numbers, I do apologise. Yes, the old 5.5s from the 80s, Braille York. I mean, there is the freeware destock, don't forget, so you have got that one available. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone actually does a Viva rail train as well. The new diesel electric locos that are now replacing the Pacers. Here's like 5. Jeff Marshall Crossrail Simulator. Oh good lord, he actually has like 5 of the same video. Is it this one? I'm used to sitting in another tab, so doing like copyright strikes by Marshall himself. Met him in real life. He's alright. Maybe not the #1 person to meet, but hey. I'd say maybe this video. This one, yeah, more than 5. He's done a lot of this simulator thing. Hashtag milk content for views. Hashtag ad revenue. Hashtag lol. Yeah, I'm sure that the TFL simulator has something to do with Dovetail games. At least it looks very much like a Dovetail simulator. It's definitely not BVE. BVE doesn't look that good with graphics. Certainly not. I can't think of it ever being running on trains. Trains doesn't really have the super realistic thing behind it. It's got the editor. I'd say the best train editor for any simulator is Trains. Their editor's really nice. The Dovetail one I've never been able to figure out on Train Simulator or TSW, although the TSW one's still a bit half-baked and in like production. But yeah, the Root editor on it is certainly one of the better ones, I'd say. Train Simulator's got the content. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a simulator with this many like different routes and add-ons and whatnot going for it. And every time I talk about add-ons and Dovetail games, I'm always the only one to point out that calling them DLC is wrong. They're not downloadable content, or they are, but not in the way that people think of it as you need to buy it to complete the game. No, Dovetail games get a lot of stick of being the company that releases thousands of payware routes and whatnot, or in Flight Simulator, payware planes. But what people don't realise is that 99% of it is built by third-party developers, and you don't need it all to complete. You're only expected to buy maybe 2 or 3 sceneries and 1 or 2 extra planes at most. You don't buy all £1,000, £2,000 worth of add-ons. Calling it DLC is wrong. Calling it an add-on is what it should be. Definitely not Train Sim. It's not Train Sim. Like, even if it's Train Sim, I'm certain, positive, 100% that Dovetail games have had something to do with that simulator. I've never asked, but I'm sure I will ask them at some point. I wish Train Sim would be a game where you could drive all trains in the UK, including on the underground. Eventually it will. So, this is something I was speaking to Matt Pelson about. The only reason why they haven't... Well, there's 2 reasons why they haven't done Chiltern. The first one is because Chiltern pulled the licensing when they were developing route, and then they gave it back, so that made a whole awkward mess of things. It was not the most publicised thing in the world. Basically, Dovetail Games, they had the Chiltern licensing, then they lost it, then they got it back again, so Chiltern and Dovetail are very 50-50, but again, bear in mind that Arriva's now up for sale. Things could very much change in the near future, and we could just get the old Chiltern branding for the Chiltern mainline and whatnot. But the other thing is, because it connects to the Great Western Main Line via Old Oak Common. Not so much anymore now, but if you go... Because it used to be the ghost train from Paddington to West Ruislip. Now it's from West Ruislip to Greenford, and then down to... where is it? Down to West... Not West Ealing. One of the Acton stations. Or even West Ealing, I don't know. Yes, so... Basically, because it connects, what Dovetail wants to do is kind of like perfects the modular kind of system that Just Trains have. So if you own the Chiltern main line, you could buy the extension for the Aylesbury branch. So Dovetail's going to do something similar, where if you buy the London to Reading, and then you buy the Reading to, say, Oxford, if you own both, it connects them together, and you get a longer route. Or if you say you own London to Reading, and then you own Oxford to, I don't know, Oxford to Birmingham, but you don't own Reading to Oxford, then it kind of keeps them as two separate routes without a gap in the middle. So once Dovetail Games kind of like perfects that system of being a modular route scenario, then I'm sure that they will then definitely release something like the Chiltern Main Line. And especially like essentially the Great Eastern Main Line as well. Like even if it's like a £5 add-on for the Great Eastern Main Line, going down the Heathrow Connect and all that, then I'm sure people would buy that. I mean, it's just the whole route in itself. Although the pricing structure of Dovetail, if you're listening again, don't make it too expensive, please. Some of us don't have much money on us. Man, this sounds more like a beg for money right now, this entire stream. I do apologise, guys, I do apologise. But, yeah, once they perfect, like, all the modular building together all the blocks, then I'm sure that we will get the entire UK in one. I mean, maybe that's why we have seen all the different, like, heritage runs and 1980s trains in the UK, because they're kind of like trying to delay the fact that they can't expend the routes yet, because they just don't have it on them just yet. You never know. You never know. Should have done next main like train sim, use the engine engine, get some oxygen and like scenery editing. I mean that would have been nice. Uni engine especially would have been quite interesting, but I mean, what engine actually are they running right now? It's Unreal. Is it Unreal Engine? I should have noticed stuff already, but for some reason I've forgotten. Yeah, it's definitely Unreal Engine. So Unreal's pretty good, but we'll see how it goes. You did find London Midland Metro, so you kind of want to see that on trains in one day. I've been on it once. I went on it from Birmingham, near Birmingham Central Station, short walk from that, to Wolverhampton. So I did the entire length of it. Yeah, it's a pretty good little tram system that. I mean, fun fact, I have never been on the London tram. I live in London, I've been here all my life, I have never rode the London tram. Main reason, I don't have a reason to. It's in South London, so it's miles away from me, and I just don't have a reason to ride it. I'd like to, but I just don't have a use for it. Maybe one day I'll plan a day out to kind of see it, but we'll see. We'll see. There we go, another stopping service on the Talent 2. Military uses both threes. Before it used T69s, you'd love to see both. I mean, right now, this scenario as it is, so this train arriving on the other platform's perfect timing. Switch that over and stop. So basically, by introducing the old train here, the 182s, because before the Talent 2s arrived, before they were in service, this train was like the main Leipzig transit going through. So these have since now all been replaced and like sent onto different parts of the line. But because we have this DLC coming in now, it's kind of changed the time period from entirely Talent 2s to back when the Talent 2s were just being brought into service. Kind of the way they worded it. In fact, Dovetail Games' official words. There you go. In Train Sim World, the DBBR182 adds a dash of red to the rapid transit route and depicts the Mitteldeutschland S-Bahn S2 line during the transitional period when the DBBR 1442 MUs, the Talent 2, were still being delivered. So before, the line was operated by these exclusively, these arrived later. So maybe if they did like a transitional time with that as well, then certainly we could see a little bit more with the services on like the Midland Metro. Whether or not we get a Midland Metro, we'll see, because it's certainly a bit more of an obscure route, but certainly worth talking about. Croydon Trams Link, been on it once, but you live in North London. Yeah, same here. North London for me, but I've just never had a reason to use it. It's just, it's there. It's there. I've never even seen one actually. I'll go as far as that. I have never seen in person a metro, tram, London thing. I've been near it. I've been in Wimbledon a couple of times, but I've never seen the trams with my own eyes. 4 kilometers to go. And I could, whoops, use AFB. But for this service, it's kind of a bit more pointless because the service stations are just not that far enough apart to make it worth using. They should backdate the northern. They should backdate the NWL like the Riviera line. The NWL, which one's that? NNL Train UK. Sorry, my acronyms starting to get a bit ahead of me now. The NWL. North London line. There we go. I do know it. Yes, back that North London line in the Riviera line. So what? Can that do it 1980 style? I mean, you look at the West London line. Before the Shepherd's Bush like expansion, all that, and Westfield came out, there was a track there, and there was a line that closed down in the 1980s, but it was basically just an abandoned freight line. These days, it's a massive, massive commerce route. I've used it a few times as well myself. Yeah, North London line, backdate that's like the Riviera. It'll be interesting to see, kind of like the how far back though actually? Would you go to Silverlink days, or would you go to Steam Train days? That's the question. How far back should I date it? Overground, Silverlink, or Steam Trains? Yeah, I'm looking at the scenery right now. When I rode the train in Poland a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, this is exactly as it felt in Poland. Dovetail Games, if you want to do a route that's breaking, whoops, I'm going to miss that station now, that breaks the cycle of the same countries you do, then yeah, do Poland, because it's exactly the same as Germany, especially this branch, but with slightly different houses maybe, or even less houses. There you go, Dovetail Games, I'm helping out more than you think here. If they did Silverlink, we could do AI 1972 stocks, true. And they got the Dovetail Games licensing, has got the TFL stuff, so could exist. I want to see an A stock in a simulator. Dovetail Games or anyone, if you can give me London Underground A stock in a simulator, the former Metropolitan line trains, I would abandon every single train simulator I own and ride that non-stop for the rest of my life. Yeah, I've got a bit of I very much have a soft spot for the A stock on the Metropolitan line. Very much my favourite all-time on an underground train before they got taken out of service in 2012. To no fanfare. Unlike a lot of underground trains that get like the rail tours or Chase the D or the Victoria lines, the fine leather 1962, no, 1969 stock, something like that. Either way, it never got the same fanfare, the A stock, when it got taken out of service. They kind of just let it die out. It got a plaque, but no one followed it. Yeah. If someone could do an A stock simulator, then I would abandon everything just to use that. I really would. Welcome, Goran. Welcome, Aviator. How are you doing today? How's your landing? How's your landing in wherever you're flying to earlier? I got to ride in the cab of an A stock before it went out of service. Lucky you. Lucky you. I would kill to do that. My only claim to fame of the A stock is that I got to see the last ever one in not in service, but basically last year, when the Rats train, the roller diesel train, the motors, so they kept one A stock as a roller diesel train, but last year the motors blew up on it, and with them retiring the D stock trains, they kind of thought, okay, this train's too old now, we'll repair it, or we'll scrap it. So I was heading out one day, and to my amazement, there's an A stock train slowly pulling it through the station. So I grabbed my camera, I recorded it. I'll see if I can try and find a video. But yeah, I recorded it. Try to find photos. But I had no idea that this was like the last ever time an A stock train would ever run again. Because what I found out is that they actually took it to Ealing. So they rode the entire length of the circle line, took it to Ealing, where it was then taken on the back of a lorry to be scrapped. When I found that out, my heart was broken. Like, I loved the A stock, I wish I could ride it more. But no, completely gone now. There's like 1 or 2 carriages left. They were sent to the Acton depot of the London Transport Museum. But yeah. And where is the video? And if I can also try and do it in a way where it doesn't kind of reveal my house address or something, would be great as well. When was this day actually? I posted on Instagram, didn't I? My own personal Instagram. I will have a look on that. And keep on my train journey as well. That's Jeff Marshall and Elizabeth line. This was London Railway modelling. There we go. Didn't even need my Instagram in the end. Mute that. 2 kilometres to go to the next station. Ooh, the tracks disappeared. That's annoying. Easy fix is to move the camera away and then jump back in when train's far enough away. As much as I'd like to show the video, it kind of does show exactly where I live, so maybe not. How far back would you want the simulator to be though? The A-Stock was on the East London line or when it used the Met? I mean, East London line wasn't even that long ago. The East London line A-Stocks, they were left in 2007, so it would only be 10 years really, or even 12 years. But any time of that would be quite nice to have. Right, so Train Sim World is being a bit... Here we go. Right, so I'm basically now letting Train Sim World load itself again. And therefore the track glitch should then sort itself out. Problem is, will the train move in this time as well? And will I need to use emergency brakes to kind of slow down? I'm hoping not, but you never know what's going to happen with Train Simulator, that's for sure. Yeah, my mic pop filter's trying to exist, but no, it doesn't want to. Okay, well here comes Art Sim anyway. Figure out how far you are from the station now, if it's still 2 miles, and then if it's far enough away, yeah, I can quickly pop you a few seconds of that video of the A-Stock I recorded. In fact, whilst this thing's trying to exist, if I quickly switch over to desktop, which desktop will you show? There you go. Right, so this was the last ever time an A-Stock train ever rode in London. After this, gone. They never rode again. It went to Ealing, it got taken on the back of a lorry. The fact that the video is so shaky is because I was not prepared for it. If I was seeing it earlier, I would definitely have... Oops. 1 kilometre to go, that's fine. I'd definitely have prepared the video a little bit quicker. But, yeah, it just came out of nowhere. I did a quick video on it, recorded it as much as I could. And that's it. It went. Never to be seen again. You missed the seats on this. Yes, the seats were great. I'm going to miss the station again, aren't I? The seats were great. They were the completely... what's the word? I said it earlier today, but I've forgotten the words. Basically, the seats were all facing each other back and forth, and they were comfy, spongy. I loved it. I loved it. The A-Stock train is probably the London Underground train I've got the most memories of when I was younger. So the Red Decision train was scrapped. Yes, it got scrapped last year. So when it came to the end of its services in 2017, one of the motors in it blew up and it completely short-circuited the train. So what happened was then the D-Stock was being retired, and then TfL decided that it was just too expensive to keep it running. They'd convert a D-Stock into a Rail Adhesion train, and then they'd scrap the A-Stock. So they then did a botched repair job on the motors to kind of get it working again. And then, yeah, they scrapped it, in short. Why are we moving now? There we go. Yes, the ASOC Rats train no longer exists. They should do World Subways Volume 5, Metropolitan Line of the A-Stock. Again, it would be nice, but they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. They want World Subways Volume 4, in fact, is meant to be Paris. On the official TMS Studios website, and during one of the Gamescoms, they officially announced that World Subways 4 would be in Paris. Then, last minute, they changed their minds, did New York 1980s, and that's why a lot of people are saying that it's one of the worst games they've done so far, because it's just a rushed mess. It was meant to be Paris, and they're doing 4 developments for Paris, but they never released Paris, which was a bit of an odd one. I never played 4 really, I never got into that. Actually, well, did you not know they scrapped it? I mean, let's see, I only found out about it because after I posted on Instagram, a former Metropolitan Line ASOC driver stuck on it saying, haha, did you know that taking the train to scrap because it blew up and they're getting rid of it for a destock? I'm like, oh, no, I did not know that. Thank you for destroying me inside. Yes, it's a sad story and a sad end for the A-Stock, because again, they never announced it, they never said anything about it, there was no fanfare, but the first ever London Underground train to run the entire line of the Metropolitan Line, the A-Stock, the Amersham stock, yeah, it just died, because originally the train that it replaced back in 1962, the Q-Stock, the Q-Stock never rode to Amersham, because the track wasn't electrified. It was only electrified after the A-Stock came in, and yeah, historically it's one of the most important trains in the Met line, but no, it just disappeared, never to be seen again. Okay, we're certainly late, because apparently we need to get to Beta Field at 1606, or right now at 1604. We're certainly thinking about trains too much right now. I've completely forgotten about the fact that I'm currently on the timetable schedule right now. I'm going to be very late. I think they knew, to be honest. Well, that is life. That is life. I'm just glad that I could see it and recorded a very rubbish shaky video of it, because I just grabbed my phone last second. If I had maybe like a minute, I could have like found somewhere steady to stand and just recorded something more stable, but no. The train was literally on so the station's there, and there's a bridge just outside of it. The train was on the bridge when I saw it, and then when I pointed my phone at it, he pressed the whistle. I heard the whistle, but I missed it on the video by about 2 seconds. And that breaks me to say that I never got to have the final recording of an A-Stock whistle. No name calling, please. I keep my name out of the channel. Before you was younger, you were scared of the underground because it's so loud, and now you like them. I was always fearful of the deep level trains. I always found the deep level trains quite scary because they're so close to the track, they're so close to the tunnel. They came into bloody yeah. The sub-surface trains are fine, but deep level I found them terrifying. But these days I still love them as well. World Subway stream sometime? I will do. I'll definitely revisit World Subways. I mean, I did a full series on it. Thank you. What is this? For following Andrew, much appreciated, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, so don't worry, man. Don't worry. I'm not gonna see or anything about that. Yeah. Fun facts. FlyJSim doxed me one day. I'll take him to court over it. It's 2019. I can see them for what I want. No. In short, what was I gonna say? Yeah. World Subways Volume 3 was the first ever train simulator I did on this channel. And World Subways Volume 3, for me, to this day, it's still my #1 all-time favourite train simulator. Where is it? It's a pain to get to, but I will do it. Okay, here goes the photo. Where is it? Not on the top shelf, is it? Can't be. This is my simulator shelf. On my shelf, I've got 2 shelves. I've got a higher tier for games, lower tier for simulators. But basically, I have got a boxed copy of World of Subways Volume 3. Let me have a look at the top shelf. I've got 7 kilometers to go, so I've got plenty of time. God, how far will the camera go? probably not worth it because I'm in my underwear right now. Yes, professional up top, relax down below. Alright, that's Flight Simulator. That's PMDG 73777. That's the Adrian 73 collection. Flight Ventures IL2. Trains. It should be right next to trains, but it's not there. Have I lost it? Good lord, I hope I've not lost it, because I would actually be heartbroken. But somewhere, I have got a copy of What is Volume 3 on DVD. It's the original box copy. And, yeah, that there was my first ever train simulator. And it was a pretty blooming good one, I will say as well. I hope I've not lost it, because that would break my heart. I'm going to have to dig around for that later. Someone remind me in the stream, dig for train for World Subways. I've got it installed. There it is. Because it's not called World of Subways, it's called London Underground Simulator. So, if I grab it out, there you go. The original copy of London Underground Simulator on disc, World of Subways Volume 3. This here is the best train simulator ever produced. Hands down, no questions asked. I have never seen a train sim better than that. What do I think of 1 and 2? Pardon me. I've never really played 1 and 2. If I'm totally honest. I mean, Volume 1 New York, I'm not really into New York subway. Volume 2 Berlin, I have ridden the Berlin S-Bahn and U-Bahn. I did that many years ago though. But I'm actually very tempted to buy World Subways Volume 2. I don't know why I've not bought it yet, but I'm very tempted to buy it on Steam because it is very cheap now these days. But yeah, they do seem pretty good. At least World Subways Volume 1 especially as well. Actually got DLC, which kind of added a lot more stuff going into it. But the whole setup, I mean, the World Subway series itself is definitely probably one of the better ones. If we ignore 4, of course. 4 is still a bit of a disaster. But yeah, World Subways is truly one of the better train sims out there. And TML have always been quite close to the community as well, so whenever they do release something new, I should have slowed down for the points there, but it's alright. We are late. Yeah, TML Studios have always been pretty close to their community, and will always like post updates and whatnot when they do go into stuff, which is again why they changed from Paris to New York and 1980s was also very much of a question mark change. But yeah, overall, like I say, they've always been pretty good for the community, TML Studios. Right, I need to start thinking about slowing down now, so going to the next station. And we are coming in very fast. Very slow now, so we'll cut that and put some power in. Come on, there we go. Yeah, unlike other trains, the EuroSprinter, if you put power on but don't put out the brakes, the train will then take a few seconds, but then by removing the brakes with the power still at max, then it will eventually get going again. Unlike other trains where the safety feature is, if you have the brakes on, the throttle on as well, it just cuts out the throttle until you get the train moving again. It's one of the things I do like about the EuroSprinter. The safety features on it, it's not quite as controlling. What do I think about OpenBV, or at least how I thought about playing it? I used to play OpenBV quite a lot. Before I got World of Subways, OpenBV was pretty good because it was the free train sim that had all the London Underground routes on it. So I know a lot of OBE and I know a lot about how it works and all that. I could do it at some point. I really could. I've not played in a little while, but as a throwback for me, I'd definitely go for nostalgia. Also 3, if you go to Edgeware Road, you see a C-Stock with pink handles. It wasn't accessible because it also has a City Line. Correct. You could not enter the D-Stocks and you could not enter the pink line to have City Line C-Stocks. And the thing that annoys me the most is the fact that if you ever go to High Street Kensington Station, they built it backwards. The platform layout and all that, and the tunnel on one end and the open air on the other, backwards. that was always the wrong way around, and it annoyed so many people when that was the case. Like, seriously, it's one of the most iconic stations on the entire line, and they built it back to front. I find that hilarious to this day. What's up? There's another thing. That's it. The Metropolitan line where it branches off at Baker Street. They never built the tracks, or at least there's no tunnel opening to show that go. It's just a solid tunnel, and again, so many people find that weird because, fair enough, you built the platform for Met lines, you couldn't access it, but the platform exists as a model, but you never built the track entrance to it. Like, come on guys, those are the two biggest things of the line and circle, the Metropolitan line exits, and the Kaiser Kensington. District line's fine, the district line exits are all fine, especially when you come in towards Earl's Court, but everything else, they missed out completely, and it's hilarious. Although I don't think they ever properly got the TfL license. Okay. Products registered under Transport for London, registered user number 10/4877, logos, copyrights, and registered of the Transport for London. Okay, so they were fully TfL licensed. They just technically did a very bad job with it. A little fast, that's points again, so if we just cut power, we'll be able to go up again very shortly. 2.5 miles of grappling, and there's a few more. Actually, that may be like the final major stop until it gets to the end of the line. I know there's a few more actually here and there, but whether or not we stop at them, we'll see. And I will say, this stream has definitely gone so far away from the topic of the BR182, it's almost incredible. The entire stream we have not talked about the new train once. But no, I very much have enjoyed the stream, I will say. Talking to you guys today, definitely been a little more than I usually do when it comes to the stream interaction, so I definitely must say thank you all very much for watching, especially. The conversations today have been great. So we'll get to the end of this hour here. Then we'll do a return journey in a DoppelStock wagon, so the double-decker train, which is the reverse end. And then after that, we might then do one or two quick journeys in other trains, because I know someone requested that we do a quick journey like another service, so we'll see. Maybe do a German one as well, just kind of finish it off, keep it all together. Okay, I've got the perfect idea of what I'll do next, but we'll talk about that later. Right, full service. Let's bring this train to a halt. Another train came from the other tracks as well. That is a DoppelStock wagon. If they include a bit of track that spurs off Baker Street, then that would mean they have that A stock, which means there's some recent products. No, because they only did licensing for Circle Line. Because with that logic, that would be saying that the Great Western Main Line on Trainsim Worlds, because they added the crossover bits for the Heathrow Express, which they don't have the licensing for, because they add that bit of track, they have to build the track all the way to Heathrow. Because they didn't get like all the proper stuff for the Circle Line, sorry, for the Metropolitan Line, that's why I don't think they ever did it. And also why we never got to see the A stock, which was already, sorry, the S stock, which was already on the track in the A stock when Water Subways 3 came out. So yeah, there's a lot more to it, definitely. Anyhow, give it a few seconds, then we'll depart. Time-wise, I believe we are still miles behind. It's currently 16 past 16. By the time we depart, it will probably be 17 past 16. So we'll see how that goes. I will say, it's been a little while since I last did a proper journey through the rapid transit. I mean, I still sometimes enjoyed the Talents too. It's a very nice train to drive, but yeah, it's been a little while since I last saw this train in detail. The bin just, yeah, okay, the bin disappears when you get too close. Yeah, no worries, Delta. It's been good talking to you. Definitely been good talking to you. I'm sure I'll see you in a future Train Sim World release stream. But no, it's good talking to you. I'm sure I'll come up with one or two more if I just have queries in the near future as well. Or ask you for next discounts or whatever offers you guys are doing, whatever. But no, I'm sure we'll also speak during the Flight Sim show as well. Are you down on both days for the Flight Sim show this year? Because I know I certainly will be. Already got the hotel books and everything. Haha, you too. No worries, man. No worries. Always good talking to you. Flight Sim Expo must skip out on. Not Flight Sim Expo, Flight Sim Show, the UK one, the Crossford one where you first met on the train. That's the big one in the UK. And the one that I'm sure, there you go, cost 100% for sure. So I am positive we will see each other at the show. I'm fairly sure we'll probably be on the same train as well because at least from King's Cross, no, from Euston, the 6:23 from Euston is the first train up north and it's the only one that'll make it in time for a connection down the Midlands to get to Cosford. So if we're on the same train, I'm fairly sure we will cross paths again very soon. Yeah, I won't hold you anymore, man. Don't you worry. It's been good talking to you. I'm sure I'll see you again in the near future. Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3 you can get. You might even drive it. Oh wait, you've got your license now. Actually, you say that. If I do my PPL on time, because I checked it last time I was doing my flight thing, I could technically fly to Cosford, because Cosfords do allow PPL flights in and all that, so it's possible I could fly there. I'd love that, but I don't think renting an airplane out for 2 days would be the most cost-effective way to get there. Certainly destroy my wallet. Yeah. Have a good night, man. Enjoy yourself. Keep safe. The thing that was running through is that the Hammersmith trains won't go back. Instead, they disappear and respawn near Goldhawk Road. Yes, the trains never reverse out of the Hammersmith station. They kind of just disappeared and did their own thing. Hey, I'm not complaining. For me, that was quite a minor thing, the trains disappearing. In fact, I kind of forgot about that until you reminded me. Though, speaking of train AI, there is one other thing they did, which I don't remember what it was. What else did trains do, which was kind of annoying sometimes? I don't remember. It wasn't lagging issues, because the sim itself was pretty fine for frame rates. I think sometimes the missions wouldn't like detect when you ended, so you just when you're stuck doing the end scenario forever. But no, the sim itself, yeah, well, in some ways it was a pretty fine sim. Just those minor, major issues that plagued it. Come on. Okay, maybe I lied about the brake and throttle thing being independent. Okay, maybe I don't quite know the EuroSprinter as well as I thought. So, yes, needs to be there at 1617, right now it's 1620, 1621 even, so yes, we are definitely a few minutes delayed, although coming up to the end of the service now, there's not too long left to go. In fact, we are coming out to the very long straight bit of no stations at all. And like I said, we'll then do a quick service in the other direction, try and do maybe the shorter version. So it's kind of like the reduced service, but yeah, overall. Okay, that signal's green. I'm looking at that red, it's like, oh no, we're going to pass a red because the thing on top right disappeared, but that's just the way the UI works. There you go, 4 kilometers still green. I do apologise for not looking at the camera enough, because usually I'm playing on this monitor, so I'm looking down a little bit, but I've realised that I don't know why it does this. Maybe it's something to do with the display ports, but playing on this monitor here on my right actually kind of makes the game frame rate bit quicker, and my CPU runs a little less harsh. So I don't know why. Maybe because this is my primary display, this is my secondary display. But running on my right monitor actually makes it run a little bit better, which is kind of awkward to say. Yeah, it's going to be about 25-30 frames at the moment. For Trains World on a system that's below spec with a really bad GPU, then yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not complaining for sure. As long as the ABS isn't dropping frames either, which it's not really hasn't. 59 frames drops out of a 1 hour and something long stream. 1 hour 35. That's pretty good. Pretty good going for an average at least. Right to the end and then brake. Yep, this is the station I was thinking of with the super high bridge. Whenever I come here, it's almost illegal not to climb that bridge. So I open the doors, I then run out. If that door opens, I guess. Actually, no, I won't. So I teleport back. Head open, exits, head out, and let's quickly run up that bridge. There's a view from up there. I mean, if I ever saw that bridge in real life, if I ever come to this part of Germany, I will certainly be going up that bridge because it just looks so high and cool. Let's quickly run up it, shall we? Look at that. And it's glass, they haven't blocked or anything. Thank you for following Nyla, much appreciated, much appreciated. Yeah, like, they haven't blocked the windows or anything. You can look out here. It's such a great view. Ooh, there's another train coming up as well right now. Like, if I was on the train, I would not have spotted that, but from such a vantage point, this is great. Like, behind me as well, it's just going to be green signals and a few trees. That road's bridge there, blocking the way. Ouch. But, yeah, from up here, it really does look good. Anyways, we need to close the doors now, so teleport back in. Close the doors. Release the brakes. Let's get going. Please? Yes. Right, 3 kilometers to Ragen. You wonder what year this map was set, because Modern Rapid Transit was set in 2016. I'd say this maybe now set in 2014, because like I said, the whole point of bringing these trains in is now bringing it back a few years when the Transit Talent 2s weren't the sole operator on these lines, because from 16 they were. From 2014, I don't think they were. I think they're still being introduced. Might even be as early as 2006, maybe. Let me have a look. DBBR Talent 2. Because Wikipedia will have the dates of when these services were introduced. Oh yes. Who remembers back when National Express, the UK trains company, tried to run a privatised service in a different country? It didn't work very well. Right, so yeah, 2015 these trains came in. So the first Talent 2 came in December 2015. I know it's an S-Bahn Mitteldeutschland a little bit earlier than that. Okay, August 2013 is when the first Talent 2s came in. So this could be set anytime between August 2013 and December 2015. So 2014 actually still kind of makes a lot of sense for this one. 2014 set in, if you want an exact dates. And if it's not the case, Dovetail Games make it official. That's wrong way. So we've got a little bit left to go before we get to the station. Bring it back a bit. and train comes to a halt. Doors again on the right, so open that. It's open, opens down, closes up. You're right, the engine train. Yes, the do-re-mi melody of this train's motors, it definitely is really nice to hear. It's definitely quite soothing, I will say. Oh man, this train got like a different plug set up already. Like, how does this work? I mean, you're going up to here, which I presume is a generator of some sort. The other mission I had a second plug going up from the right-hand side before going into a plug here. I don't quite know the setup of this train, but maybe someone here is a bit more of an expert with it. Oops, not going to do it properly by locking the doors with the switch. Brakes released. Throttle up. Yeah, it really is a good looking train, the EuroSprinter. Maybe not my favourite design of the train, the curved angle front. The way it looks 50-50 for me, but the actual modelling and all that kind of stuff is, once again, very much spot on from Dovetail Games there. So very beautiful train to look at, looks really good. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with it. I mean, if you ask if it's worth the $12.99, so the $11.99 for it, then very much so. Very much so. Wouldn't mind seeing it maybe introduced into the other surrounds as well, the other routes in Trains and Worlds. But we'll see how that goes in the long run. So next station is Dessau Sud in 9 kilometers. So they've got a little bit of a journey to go before we get to our next station. Which has the station departures in Trains and World for all routes. What do you mean by like a timetable or the destination board on each station? Destination boards. Like something I did in the stream as well. Like I wouldn't mind seeing that as well. Like you're stopping here, I'm not. But ooh, I'm actually going above the speed limit now. Maybe it's best to use the AFB for this long stretch track. Or at least if it's not fully functional, do what. Oh wait, hang on. There we go. Do what TRC did with trains, with subways, which is have a texture which just says like no smoking and stuff like that, and then when a train arrives, say like trains approaching, please stand back, stuff like that. So it wasn't properly simulated, but it knew when the train was close to change it. Otherwise, it just have like a different message over top. So if it said like here, S-Bahn 1845, and then change it, like even if it like had some text which has never changed on it. It would be a little bit nice and just have like a completely switched off non-functional display. Because setting up properly with all the times and whatnot would be a bit of a challenge. It's possible, it really is possible. Like even if it's on like a set timetable where it knows this train's going to stop at 1845, so display at 1845, and then if statement, if past this time, hide it, else show it, something like that. It's possible with a lot of if statements basically, but even if it's like a static image that changed over time, That at least would be nice to see. Once again, wild subways still do it best. So we've got a few minutes still to go for your right next station, Dovetail Swords. We should have arrived coming up to 4 minutes ago. Oh yeah, still going. Babe bro sleeping next to you, lol. Yeah, sounds alright. Just a heads up, if you're interested in more train sim world, flight sim world and other content from me, if you go to my description, I've got a Discord link, I've got a Facebook group, I've got a Instagram page, Twitter, all the social medias you can want basically, a Steam group if you're interested in that as well. So if you're interested in more of what I do, then do head on to that as well. Where I do keep you guys updated with quite a lot of what I do, both in the real world, as well as in my own time as well. We have 2 kilometers to go now. Yeah, it's a very beautiful looking game, and very beautiful looking train as well. I do like trains in world. It gets a bit of stick from some people in the community, but for me personally, I've always enjoyed this. I really have. Even they've changed the wheels now finally, so they don't look like a massive spazzy mess anymore. Good lord, I have completely forgotten about the station coming up. This house sword. Okay, so it's not the final station. We have one more after this. In fact, we could even make this if we're lucky. Okay, we made it beforehand. That's great. Yeah, so we've got one more station after this Death House Swords. And like I said, if we can try and find like a reduced service heading southbounds, then I'll definitely do a return journey from the DoppelStock wagon. And after that, we'll then do a quick look at one other routes before we end our live stream for today. And those who are interested in future from me, I'll probably do another stream again on Sunday. Saturday looks a bit unlikely because I am going to be out for most of it. As long as the passenger carriage is on the platform, we're alright. Yeah, there's plenty of room. What's this? Shunting controls. Okay, so we've got shunting controls. Oh, why is it on the sides, the PCB acknowledge? So rather than pressing like a button on the front, you have to flick a switch on the side. That seems quite awkward. Pressing Q, what's that? The rest. Okay, so Q is the vigilance pedal, so that needs to be held down at all times. Fair enough, it's a foot pedal. But that seems a bit different. Hang on, make sure that brakes are released and everything. It's not the way I'd do it. Anyway, I need to be careful. There are people crossing the track here. And for those who were at the very beginning of the stream an hour and a bit ago, yeah, there's a lady crossing track right when I was departing. So, yeah, gotta be very careful that I don't do this again. Yeah, I can see you crossing there, so I'm going to let you cross first before we depart. There we go. And come on, people. You Dovetail game simulates people. You're not actually real-life idiots on your phones or anything. Right, the track is clear. There's nobody on it. Ready on the emergency brakes if required. No horn, just to warn others that are coming through. Right, we seem to be alright. Come out the other ends. And then they'll cross tracks. So we just about made it without any things there. Right. Next station, Dessau Hub-Bahnhof, where this train terminates. Bugs are so funny when people cross on the level crossing when the gate's closed. It's not a bug, people do that in real life. Level crossing is closed, they think they're smart. They'll cross the crossing, there could be a train at any second. And sadly, hundreds are killed every year by it as well. True. Right, so in a couple of moments we'll start with the slowdown for our next station. The train on the other track there will probably be the last service we see coming the other way. Right, throttle down. Let's start slowing down. Kilometers to go, and the station is visible to us just in the distance. I remember when I was doing my original series of rapid transit, because I never actually got used to the braking of the Talent 2. Yeah, I was constantly braking too early and making a massive fool of myself. But no, this train's definitely a lot more simpler to operate. I know more what I'm doing. But yeah, the Talent 2, it's a very fun train, but this was back when I was still very much not used to having a separate throttle and braking system. These days I'm fine with it. These days I can now get proper speed and all that. But early days, still very much in the new for it. Alright, throttle now cuts. And braking we'll put up in a second. We've got plenty of distance between the end of the platform and the red lights. So, yeah, just bring it to a halt. Train is stopped. You bring the doors to the left hand side now. Open the doors. And then, well, technically the train will be continuing that way for a little bit more, so driver change is in order. But that for me is the end of my service. Tomorrow we're going to go on the passenger mode for rapid transit and train spot the old new trains. Yeah, you do that. I don't get train spotting in a game, because you certainly want to drive the trains in the game, no? I mean, yeah, that's something I never personally got, but some do it, some do it. Who am I to, like, judge and stop them, but yeah, if it's what you enjoy doing, go for it. Right, close the doors, and then do you want me to set it up for a turnaround, or does it just kind of want me just to end it there? There you go, complete service. Right, so it was 1 hour and a half, 73 kilometers driven, because yeah, 73 kilometers driven. This was a massive map when it first released, like, I think this is still maybe one of the longest train sim mod maps in all. The other one's like maybe more 50, 60 kilometers long, but 73, this is a massive map. Takes a good hour and a bit to go through, an hour and a half. We're very late towards the end, because we're not very good at our timing schedule, you can tell. But, actually, where did things all go wrong? It was quite early, actually, what went wrong, was it? Leipzig, so we're still in the underground tunnel bit, we're all doing things a little bit later than we should have been. Right, so yeah, this train's continuing that way. I need to disembark because I don't drive the train anymore. So when you're ready to party all the parts, then somebody else will take care of the next service. Let's go back to the main menu and let's get a service heading southbound in the DoppelStock end. So no use of the AFB, but to be fair, in this service you never really use the AFB too much. You know, driving from the DoppelStock end, a bit more of a challenge because don't forget there's a slight delay on the controls as the power is coming from the back of the train, and then the brakes are directly from within the DoppelStock, so slowing down will not quite be as effective. So that's something else I need to take into account as well. Okay, Leipzig S2 S-Bahn, that's out to Leipzig. So if I can find out something that terminates at Konnewitz, that would make my life a little bit easier for a southbound journey. Before we go into the exciting landing bits. Yeah, give it a few seconds to load, because as we know, Train Simulator needs an arm and a leg to load. There we go. So, services. Nope, we want the 767 DoppelStock. We'll go in. Let's go maybe. Do we go to winter service maybe? Let's go winter snow, shall we? Not really done a proper snow service in a little while, so I'm sure it'll be quite fun. You tell me at Konnewitz. Nothing else short, I don't think, so Madberg. We'll get something maybe earlier as well then. Maybe that one. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll take this service. So, taking the southbound train now, we're driving it from the DoppelStock wagon end. And like I say, an extra bit challenge to say, due to the fact that the braking and power output is very different from the main end. And yeah, it should be rather, not really a slower drive, but one that takes a little bit more thinking to do. AFB though, not a problem. I didn't really use it in the first place, so there's no problem there, not using it in this end. Other services I wouldn't mind AFB, but this one's just really not required. Sort stations like every mile and a bit, so you never really get to the top speeds. In services where it's like 10-20 kilometers per between station, then it can be quite useful for your speed management. Let's get a few more seconds to load, and then we'll go straight into that service. And like I say, we're stopping a little bit earlier at Konnewitz, just for the sake that as much as an hour and a half long service is enjoyable, not what I want to spend the entire of my life doing. Give it a few seconds to come into life. There we go. That's door open and close switch. The side detection switch is which one is this? This one, isn't it? Yes. Left hand side doors and open. Door response should be a little bit quicker now since doors are controlled from this loco. He says while the doors won't open. Power needs to go in, that's why. Brake key on. Reverser forward. Now doors will open. That makes more sense. Destination. Set destination up as Leipzig Konnewitz. Trains in forwards. Headlights set as appropriate. Welcome Bamham. How you doing today? How you doing? Hope all is good. Let's go through and familiarise myself with this again. So headlights set to normal. Set to brights. Brake release. That's fine. Standard. Yeah, that's all fine. Wait till 9:51 30 seconds to raise the parts. Pantograph's all been set. Close the doors. Because as always, you need to close the doors 30 seconds before departure. Someone clapping outside? Or is that fireworks? Right, brakes are released. Power goes up. And then one of these are the wipers. Show the wipers again. There we go. Parked off interval lasting. And that will clear up any snow on that. So, no chance of hearing the Doremi from the back. But, yeah. It's all looking good. Got a bit of snow on the roof as well, actually, here. So, they have remembered to do the snow. Oh, yes, and of course, the pantographs do bounce with the rail, which is another small detail of Trains and Worlds that I've always been quite a fan of. You know what? I was on YouTube 2017. You saw your passenger video on the rails on the railway. And I got into Trains and Worlds. Then the graphics was spot on, so thanks for getting into Trains and Worlds. Oh, is that my video I got into Trains and Worlds? Oh, I always like these stories because I do a lot of writing for flightsim.com as well. So hearing that someone like buys a product based on my review, or in your case, you bought a game and got into it because there's a video I did. It's stories like that really get me into like doing these videos. Like, this is why I do YouTube. The money and the fame, not on a simulator channel, that just does not exist. But I mean, unless you're Matt Davies, Chewy, and Kaz and Canada, like those guys, they're proper A tier full-on YouTubers. In my case, I'm never going to make that point. But even like someone as small as my channel making like a small effect within the YouTube world, stuff like that really gets me into this sort of stuff. And it's why I will continue to make videos for as long as people want me to, really. Yeah, how's my day been? Like I say, not too bad. Work got a bit long at times, but overall pretty good. And yeah, Twitch channel sounds good. Sounds good. Alright, so about a kilometre and a half now to the end of the at least the next station. So we'll start slowing down for that in a moment. Although, like I say, be very careful with the level crossing. There could be someone walking on that, for all we know. And with it being snow, I got reward given Dovetail gem for 76 kilometres. Okay. Yeah, be very careful with level crossing because with the visibility as poor as this, hope that no one's crossing it. If that's enough warning for people. I'm coming nice and slowly. That was certainly going to happen, was it? You're not going to cross in front of me, are you? You did. You did. Power in. Let's go. Oh, Train Sim World, you never fail to amuse us. Oh, you're going to board my train as well, the guy who stops this entire thing. It's on the platform now, ready to board. Cab looks like Town 2. Yes, a lot of train cabs, especially Bombardier trains, look very similar. So, yes, Town 2's Bombardier, the DoppelStock wagons Bombardier. And so, yeah, you're going to have very similar kind of setups. I've realised that door's on the wrong side. No, close. That makes more sense. We'll give it a few seconds before we close the door and then make our way further down the journey. So just about 2/3 of the way there now. Okay, let's close the doors. Brakes released. And then throttle up. Fortunately, this is the only station I know that's out Swords that actually has the crossing issue where people cross even when the train is arriving. Annoying, I guess, but life. People do that in real life, and you just have to learn to avoid them, basically. Yeah, it's not something I'd personally ever do. If the barrier's closed for a reason. And because, again, I'm sad like that, it'd probably just be the time I grab my phone out and record that train driving past. Right, so next station is Market in 6.5 kilometers. So we've got a little bit of time to go for the next station. The speed on this actually is pretty good from the DoppelStock end. Actually, I think it's a bit faster than the other ends, the main motor. It's also not quite as slow at slowing down when you're on cruising. Maybe I actually kind of prefer it on this end. You never know. Yeah, got to stay vigilant. It's a snowy, low visibility day. Next week go to Central London with family and can't wait to get on train 2. Sounds good, sounds good. So whereabouts are you from in the UK, for them I'm asking? Don't be like an address or anything, like what area? So like I say, I'm from London myself. I'm going up to Peterborough, so on Saturday that means I'm going to take a hour-and-a-half train journey on the East Coast Main Line. Whether it will be a 92 or HST, I don't know yet, but it'll be interesting to see which one I do get on the day. Enfield, okay, so hang on. Enfield, you're not that far away from where I am then. Yeah, you're not too far away. Hashtag North London lad. Yeah, if you're on Discord, then do check out my Discord server. I'm sure I'd be happy to chat with you a little bit as well. As always, quite a bit of train spot slashing on that. Always quite interesting. Right, so 2 kilometers now to the next station. In a couple of moments, we'll start thinking about slowing down. Well, we are still approaching. See what you've got on your channel. I presume it's going to be a lot of train spotting. See a few games. Welcome to your channel. Yeah, there's a few things going on there. GTA, Roblox. Not bad. I was expecting a few more train spotting videos, if I'm totally honest, but hey. Right, start braking for the next station. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I'm always happy to look at people's channels and all that. I'm not particularly against it. It's when people like spam it. For crying out loud! I think I missed her. But good lord, that was close. Seriously, Dovetail Games. Check out your people. Oh my word, what is wrong with us? Right hand side, open. Where is she? The lady crossing the bridge. It was you. Why? Why would you do that? Seriously? Oh my word, I am lost for words right now. I completely forgot what I was saying just there, but I'm sure it was something trains related. Train came in too fast. Not even that. She was on the track for no real reason. They're like, come on, guys, you can do better than that. Seriously. So, Train Boy Tarasai 2014. Do you have Discord or you're not into that kind of stuff? Because if you're interested in trains and all that, then I'd definitely say look into like the Train Simulator Discord channel. Very much worth looking into that as well. Several hundred of us train fans join themselves on that. There's a few train groups actually on Discord, quite a few more than I was expecting. I mean, flight groups fair enough, but train sims have definitely come into prominence quite recently, I will say. We are starting to come into maybe like a golden age of train sims. Like a golden age of flight sims was in like the late 90s. The golden age of train sims, very much look into it. Don't have it, but try and get it soon. It's a free download, so it's worth looking into. And guys, if you're on Instagram as well, do check me out at DrawyahYT, where I do post a lot of train stuff onto that as well. At DrawyahYT. Facebook I need to get a little bit more active on, but I do realise it's a little bit behind. Yeah, if you're on Instagram at DrawyahYT, if you're updated on, if you're interested in where I travel in the UK, on my trains and all that, where I go on the planes as well. And likewise, when it comes to me on social medias, I do need to try and get my numbers up as well, because I can be a little bit behind on those sometimes. I focus all my time onto YouTube, everything else kind of like lags behind. Oh yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, do give it a follow. Do definitely check it out. Alright, 3 kilometres to our next station. A little bit fast. Another person crossing right there. This is going to happen at every single level crossing, isn't it? Where someone's just crossing the tracks. And we're hoping for the best. I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. Coming in a bit fast for level crossing, but come on, guys. And the barrier's closed. Don't cross the track. I'm just very surprised I haven't hit anybody yet at this rate. We've managed to avoid every single person so far. Right, next station, 2 miles. Yes, neat. Yes, neat. Not sure any other tracks there. Oh yes, Alonso scored last minute against Prague, so we are through to the semi-finals of the... She's at the semi-finals already. This stage of the Europa Cup. We'll start slowing down now. Yes, quarterfinals. Okay, so Arsenal through, Benfica are through, Chelsea are through, and Valencia are through. Last time Chelsea won Europa League 2013, we were playing Benfica, so a repeat of that game would be quite interesting in the final. Doors open, and because we're at this station, as always, we need to go up the bridge. I'm sure that this time being snowy, visibility will not quite be as good, no. Yeah, we can't really see that far down the line, really. It all gets covered quite quickly. This end, you can barely see the bridge, but there's a train coming on the other line. That may be a talent too. No. No, it's not. It's another EuroSprinter. We've got a few more seconds here. You're not stopping. That's odd, actually, for a train, I'd say, in this route. Normally they do stop at this station. Right, wait till 10:08. So we're actually a little bit early coming into the station. Which means for once I'm actually on time, on the schedule, which is great. Yeah, just got to wait another 15 seconds before we depart. And it means that my speed manager for the rest of the service shouldn't be quite as tense now. Covered a fair bit of the route already. We don't do all the major bits down below. We start a little bit earlier than that, so time-wise it should be alright. Throttle up, let's get going. Next station, Wolfen Bieterfields, 2.4 kilometers. Currently year 7, it's easy. It's easy me a bit, plus when friends ask me they want to be able to tell them I'm going to be a train driver. That's okay. And I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, being a train driver is not too bad. Especially if you're looking at someone like London Underground, the pay is overly good. But no, being a train driver, like, back, say, 40, 50 years ago, everyone wants to be a train driver. Everyone wants to be a pilot. Like, especially when you're younger, those are the kind of jobs that really do stick out as the main ones. Me personally, I still kind of want to be a train driver. Still kind of want to be a pilot, but none of those are really like aspirations for me anymore. But if that does ever happen one day, then yeah, maybe I'd consider it. There's definitely a lot more to life than some people think, I'd say. It's the reason why I do travel around a lot of Europe now these days as well, especially because I just enjoy the thrill of travelling, enjoy actually going out to places and seeing new things. You know, I'm very much going to stay here doing these videos as a pastime because they are very fun to do. And the community as well, like some of you guys I've been talking to have been great. I've met so many amazing people doing this, and I'm sure I'll continue to meet people as well. I mean, later this year, we've got the London Festival, sorry, Elfform was last week. We've got the, well, next show I'll be going to will be the, what's it called? It's the one in Birmingham, Worley, the Worley National Railway Show. That one I'll be certainly going to myself, for the train sim stuff. I do know there's a lot of people that are interested in the flights and stuff as well, so I'll definitely be at the flight sim show as well, also in Birmingham. But, yeah, this channel, it's helped me meet a lot of people, and it lets me kind of put a bit of passion out onto the internet as well. It's my own very small corner of the internet, but nah, it's what I enjoy doing. It very much is a part of my life. It's very much me, deep down at heart. Wow, my nose is really itchy today. No idea what that could mean. Right, so in a couple of seconds, we'll sorry again, I've got my nose. Right, brakes are off, that's all fine, doors closed, wait till 11 past, there's a few seconds before you can depart. Let's get going. Alright, next station, 2 kilometers, is Greppen. At this point, stations now start to get a little bit closer to one another. no real need to go to top speed really, since we do need to kind of manage our speed for that as well. Okay, speed's actually down to about 120 now, so we could kind of max it out there. Moving the kilometre, start using the brakes. Nothing major, but just kind of start slowing it down. Don't think Repin has a level crossing because this one's underground, is it? Yeah, this was the underground station changeover, so this one's quite nice for us to end up at. Especially at this point, as the stations are getting a bit more major, passengers crossing the line is not something we need to worry about anymore, so the Freeds are going a little bit faster to the stations. Open the doors. Since you're younger, what's going on there? Right, because we're right now on top of a chunk change on the map. So a chunk ends there, chunk starts there as well. And so the cables are starting to be a bit pinging on them. Since you're younger, you saw the evolution of liveries and railway network. Go past your house like National Express trains, Greater Anglia, now they're underground. So it's a journey you've seen them. Yeah, because you say you're in Enfield, right? Enfield overground goes through there, so that would have originally been Silverlink trains, which over time became London Overground, but one or two different changes in between that as well. Yeah, I mean, okay, where I am in London, I've never seen a proper. Actually, I saw the A stock change into the S stock on the Metropolitan line. What else have I seen changed? Piccadilly line's changed within a couple of years' time, so that doesn't happen for a little bit. Yeah, the only real train evolution I've seen is the change of the Piccadilly line trains. So the Metropolitan line trains, A stock to S stock. Districts line trains are not really me, so I never got to see that change over. Circle line trains to C stock, I got to see change to S stock as well. National Rail wise, I've not seen too much of a change, so maybe soon, But the 165s and the 166s and Chiltern, well, definitely here to stay a little bit longer. Well, I did see the 166s change on the Great Western Main line. Actually, won't depart just yet, got another minute or so. Yeah, I did see the 166s change on the Great Western Main line to Electra Stars. That very much was a transition. Yeah, there's a lot of change going in the UK railways at the moment. About 15 seconds to go. You're actually rolling downhill slightly. No, okay, we're going to go now. We're rolling, so we go slowly out the station. Increase the speed later once we actually have the time to leave. There we go. 2.8 kilometers to Bitterfeld. One horn, don't give up on me just yet. Right, so Bitterfeld very much serves as like a central point to the map, and where the whole route changes from long distance stations to stopping every couple of moments. Another train there. Speed goes back a bit. It's going a little fast. There you go. So this is where the line branched out a little bit. A few other intercity lines come together and then turn into two main lines that go into city, along with a couple of others that kind of spur off as well. Oops, nope. While I'm doing the horns, I want to use the brakes because we're coming to the station now. There you go, so now coming up to the main line, running into Leipzig, with our service coming into platform as well. So we don't use the points here, points are for the other services. Coming in about 30 kilometers an hour, we should be alright. Doors are on the left hand side, so we'll change that over now on the switch. And then we are about a minute early when we pull in now, so by the time we stop and actually open the doors, that may be like 30 seconds. Time wise, we are very much set on schedule right now. The train's stopping other tracks now as well. And then unlock left as well. So we're going to cheat this time, just so you can kind of see the train in action. Not very well because I've used a really awkward camera. Right, your auntie's German. Sometimes she goes to Germany one time. I asked about trains. She said that they'll tell me about the underground Germany. And my auntie's German. Sometimes she goes to Germany. One time I asked her about the trains there, and she was telling me about the underground Germany. Yeah. So I've been to Germany once. I've been to Berlin. Well, there I did take the S-Bahn and the U-Bahn, so I've got a bit of a Berlin metro experience. But I am planning to go to Germany again later this year. Probably Frankfurt or Berlin. The aim is to kind of meet up with one of my friends out there who lives in Finland, because RUHR do flights from Finland to Germany now. So, fair enough, that's the easiest way to meet up with him. And yeah, we'll see what I can do there. Probably catch a train or two, especially because I need to get into the main town. Right, doors closed, not just yet, because we've still got a few moments to go. Actually, no, not really. Doors by the time they close. It'll be time to pass anyway. 15 seconds to wait. Minimal throttle, just kind of keep us from rolling. Throttle up, 10 seconds to go. Let's get out of it. Right, 11 kilometers to Delitzsch und Bahnhof. Delitzsch und Bahnhof. Well, that's the points I was worrying about earlier, so we'll stop throttling up for this. Well, they are high speed setter points, so that's not much of a problem for me. High speed points, my best friend on the railway network. I absolutely hate the ones that you have to slow down for, because they come out of nowhere and you don't get much time to warn about it. In reality, if you're a train driver, you'd get all the signalling updates way back before you start the service, but on Train Sim World, no, you got to learn this stuff within 10 seconds or you're screwed. Right, it's 10 kilometers actually, so we are, by the looks of things, going to shoot down this next bit of the map until we get to the start of the Leipzig tunnels. Stop speed now, 160, so we'll bring out the throttle slightly. Whoops, didn't want to switch to reverser, so we'll cut that off and bring it back again. Yeah, so this kind of leg is where AFB would come in useful, because at this point I can now let go of the throttle and the train control its own speeds. But right now I've got to manage everything because we're going downhill at a 160-bit track, and the brakes need to be done manually, so I think that may have just about done it. A little slow, so minimum throttle in. Powering just kind of stabilise the speed a little more. Yeah, that'll do. About 17% throttle seems to have done that for me. So we've got a couple of moments before coming into our next station. We actually need to be there in about 5 minutes. We're going to do that probably a little bit quicker. Hang on, 160 kilometers an hour, so we could easily do 3 kilometers in a minute. So 3, 6, 9, 3 minutes. We're going to come in nice and early for our next station. maybe 2 or 3 minutes early, so I have a little bit of time to kind of walk around and explore, I guess. Since that's always the fun part of Train Sim World. Unlike Train Simulator where you're stuck to your train, I do like the fact that you can leave and walk around your train in Train Sim World, let you explore the entire station all around. I'm sure that's what you enjoy as well, Train Boy, bearing in mind that you do say that you do like your passenger modes, your rail fan modes and whatnot, where you can just like leave the train, walk around the platform, and enjoy the environment from there. Welcome back, Goran. How are you doing today? How are you doing? $77,900 tomorrow morning. I thought you'd apply in the A320. I thought you were streaming the 320 tomorrow. Ooh, that's a bit heavy. There we go. That's probably getting like another chunk coming in. And yeah, another chunk coming in, especially with the main Leipzig bit. Things start to get a little bit more hectic with the line. In the evening, about 2 floors out front. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you'll be doing the 320 later. I'll definitely tune in for that. See what you like with the 320. Alright, so very shortly, coming to the next station. Sometimes you get bored in trains tomorrow, so you get off the train and then leave it. And board on the train so you can delay the service. That's just evil. Well then again, simulating in real life, because you know what UK trains are like with their long delays and slowdowns. Sounds about right. Right, a kilometre and a half to go now, so we'll think about slowing down shortly. There we go. Alright, so we're only about a minute early actually, so you're not done particularly bad when it comes to the timing here. Anyways, it's right hand side doors now, so flick EU and open. Now let's go explore the station, what it has to offer here. Underground, I'm sure I've picked up all the maps and discoverabilities. They actually did pretty well with the actual door collections on this service. There are one or two I've not done too much of, but the maps and all that. And that's it. This was Gritting Spades, the biggest joke I made out of all the collecting things. With my spade fetish, I have to collect all the spades in the entire German railways, as well as disrupt entire services, because without any shovels, then they can't grit the station platforms. In weather like this, you probably will need to grit the platforms, so how to bring German railways to its knees, basically. Dissolution on the Bahnhof. So let's go to the main station building. Let's see what we've got to discover over there. Oh, we've got a hazard cone. 1 out of 25, so we are very much at the beginning of something, I see. Start here at Leipzig scenario. Nope, we are not starting any scenarios today. Like I say, if you're interested in the scenarios for this train, the 182, Then do tune in every Thursday. Let's wait for route maps. Have I got to restart the entire collection again or something? Because I'm sure I've collected this already. Positive. Fair enough. Anyways, yeah, so tune every Thursday where I'll be doing a different scenario. Alright, we've got to depart soon, so I'll teleport back into the cab. Because as you all know, train drivers have the power of teleportation, don't tell anybody. And, well, yeah, we'll wait for about 15 seconds, 10 seconds, and we'll close the doors. Brakes are released. And then, once I raise the parts, throttle goes up. Don't get why some people play Fortnite so much. I'm the only one of my friends play Train Sim World and different games on PS4. Yeah, I don't get the whole Fortnite fad either. I'm not really into the Battle Royale games. I have played 1 or 2 rounds of like PUBG and all that, and they're alright, but so if there's any Battle Royale game out there, has to be the original, has to be the Arma 3 Battle Royale mods. That was actually the original game. So Player Unknown, when he started out as a developer of release a game design, all that kind of stuff, before he created PUBG, he created a mod for the Arma 3 game, which was called Battle Royale, and it was the most popular game mode like ever on that. And yeah, that's what kind of gave him the concepts of the game, then built his own out of it, PUBG, and that is where he really got his start for it. Fortnite came along later, copied the idea, made it free to play, so that's where they got their players from. And yeah, now it's kind of like thousands of games out of it. I think Apex is now like the new popular one and all that. It's by EA. There's a lot coming out at the moment, but I'm not so interested into it. It's not there right now. I'm trying to look for it later. I'm trying to look for something else on my shelf earlier, but when I knocked everything off, I presume it went down with it, trying to grab the copy of World of Subways. Alright, so 5 miles to our next station, Rakwitz, Leipzig. A little fast, so bring the throttle back again. We are going downhill, but the weight of the train slows it down enough to not really need any brakes for it. Yeah, after that we then go to the main heart of Leipzig, where things start to get a little bit busier when it comes to the stations. All looking good. Speed's fine now. Again, getting around 20% throttle seems to be alright on this train to kind of keep it on cruise. Okay, 18 or 21 I have to do, so let's take it on 21. 111 amps coming through the train as well. Although 2 kilometers to go, we will start with the brakes very shortly. Power and brakes to about 1B, I'd say. Should go straight to 2 now, just kind of accelerate that. Next station is coming up now. Okay, that was way too fast, way too late. I am going to overrun the station, and by some quite margin as well. I did not do... Yeah. That will be without a doubt one of the worst brake jobs I have ever performed in any train sim. Right, so let's go back and rectify that error, shall we? Although I cannot pass that signal. Whatever I do, and that's enough to save me there. But whatever I do, I cannot pass the signal. Basically, because my train's already passed it, if I reverse back through it again and want to leave, I can't, because that signal will never turn green again. Next train it will, because I need to pass the next signal block. But in short, because I'm now in the next signal block, and then I leave it, it still thinks I'm in the next signal block. So now it's waiting for another train to pass, which will never happen because all signals are red. And that, my friend, is how signal failures are done. So we need to camp out here a little bit before I do continue again. Yeah, at least I've still got reverse. Brakes will release as well. Make sure we're on forwards. Emergency brakes are released and charge up as well. Next few seconds. Fortunately, by my error there, I know we've got another 5 seconds, so we're still very much early. Just nobody's held German authorities, or I have a massive problem in my hands, aka I'm getting sacked. Next station is Leipzig Mess. Alright, 4 kilometers to go, which is under 4 now, so keeping on the speed a bit better now. Brake management, obviously my weak point for that last platform. If I blamed it on wet and icy track, would you guys believe me? Let's see, can I put it on blame for something? Here you go, cards. Add a card, can I add a poll? Yes I can. Did my failure to stop was my failure to stop caused by wet and icy track? Absolutely. Of course. There we go. If you were to refresh your videos now, there's a little poll that's just gone up. In short to say, was my failure to stop caused by the wet and icy track? Obviously you guys watching will know the answer, which is obviously yes. Alright, so actually now stop for this next station and do a little bit early this time. Near your PC you have a painting of a station round of Bush Hill Park Overground Station. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, let me get to a station and I'll translate what you're trying to say there, Mr. Bombarrier, but welcome to stream. I'm Chat, how you doing today? Hope all is good. In fact, I've got a couple of new viewers tuning in now, so welcome to you guys, how you all doing today? Hoping you're enjoying the stream so far. Currently enjoying the double-decker end of the new train currently out on Train Sim World right now, the DBBR 182 EuroSprinter. Right, doors on left hand sides. So we'll open the left doors. Right, let me see what Mr. Bomb Barrier is trying to say. Hello, popcorn is the most disgusting thing in the world. Yeah, maybe we are not going to have you on the chat. We will put you in timeout and remove. Yeah, maybe best not to translate the rest of that. And there is the 182 in all its glory. It's a very beautiful train, this, and the sounds are great, as I keep saying throughout. If you're looking for a cheap train to get a bit more life into the Leipzig routes, the Rapid Transit DLC of Trains and Worlds, then yeah, I'm enjoying it. I really am. Alright, close the doors. We've got about a minute to go, so there's a chance to kind of just use the free cams to get to the station rather than get out and do all the whole thing. Got a bit of a platform barrier fence going on here, so the only reason they exist is to kind of stop people from crossing the track. Obviously it's a safety feature. Obviously people used to cross here once upon a time, but not anymore. Right, close doors. Brakes release. And let's get going. Yeah, it's a very beautiful sounding train. That guy just jumped there. I'm certain he just jumped. Positive. Right, 3 kilometers to Leipzig Nord. Then we got the breakouts to the Leipzig Central Station, including this turntable here, which I've never actually seen in action. Even if it is a turntable, because that just seems like a solid bit of track. Maybe when we pass it. In fact, how far is it from the train station? Not very. When we stopped at Leipzig Nord, it should be a little bit early now because I just realised our speed is going way higher than it should be. Yeah, we'll quickly go shoot over to it. Let's have a look at it in quick detail when we are stopped. Do you remember when I was doing the main series itself? That bit always intrigued me, but I never actually went to see it with my own eyes. So it could be a turntable we just have no access to. Or it could just be a miscellaneous bit of straight track, made to look like a turntable, and just like a bit of an interesting formation going on there. Yeah, so we're branching away from the main line now, so it's going down the sides. If you remember Dovetail, you'd have the 345 on TfL Ray on the 808 387 on GWR routes. I mean, it can be done. Yeah, it can be done. Well, it depends if it really fits. Because don't forget, at the time of the Grace Express, it's 2016, before electrification is finished. So lots of the overhead cables are not yet fitted. And that's the main reason why they can go for the Electra Stars, because the line at the time just didn't have it yet. So you'd have to complete that basically first of all, and then work your way back from that. We're about a minute early right now, so stopping here shouldn't be any problem. Left hand side, open the doors, and use free cam. Let's go to this turntable, shall we? Same piece of track, yes it is. There's the yards. Entrance to the tunnel is just up ahead, so we'll be entering the tunnel very shortly. And the turntable. There it is. Ooh, frame rate's going a little bit because I'm going far away from the train. And now I need to load up both the and around my train, as well as the thing. Okay, so it actually is a I'm an idiot. Because I went too far away from my train, it kicks me out. I know it wasn't my fault, but I hate it when they do that. Why, Dovetail, would you do that to me? I was really enjoying that service as well. That's heartbreaking. It really is. I was hoping to be like a nice finale for that, but nope. Gone and ruins that by being curious. Curiosity kills this cat. That's where is my cat right now? Probably downstairs asleep. Okay, we're not doing that service anymore. That's a shame. That's a shame. I was really enjoying that, but no. Welcome back to the Dovetail Games menu. Once it realises what it's doing, not freezing. Right, so we'll do one quick finale thing before bringing this live stream to an end, because, well, I've been going for about 3 hours now. Let's have a look at main spec. Actually, let's have a look at RUHR ignored. I don't think the new train, the 182, has actually made it to either of these, so yeah, 185. Let's load. Please. He's got 185, 143. There you go, and then you got the 767, that we both know. And then main spec arts barn. We wouldn't have made it either. Whoops, I'm back. Yeah, so 143, 146, 185, 766. Right, so I'm going to spawn as a person, because you know, this is the stream for the new train, so it wouldn't make sense for me to kind of take another train out. But we're going to go to Aschaffenburg Sud, a station that I don't think anybody else has actually gone to in the entirety of the main Spessartsbahn, because no scenario goes there, and there's no way to access it unless you walk the 2-3 kilometers down the branch, or you do the you walk down the branch, or you just spawn there. But it's a very beautiful station, probably one of my favourites actually in the entire Trains world, which is a very annoying shame, which is why I never made it into any of the services. Especially because there's actually a bit of track going down there, including a branch going all the way to a couple of service yards and whatnot as well. So it's not even a scenario I chose to use it. Flying from Helsinki Vanta to Dubrovnik on the 320 tomorrow sounds good. I do like Helsinki Vanta airports. It's a small airport, but it's a pretty nicely laid out one as well, actually. A lot going on inside, so it's a nice little thing to go there. I missed what you said there, sorry, train boy. You once on a GWR route, you're so close to Paddington, went to Westbourne Park Tube Station, that comes up and ruins my game. Yes, Westbourne Park's a annoying one. Fun fact, Westbourne Park used to have a platform on the Great Western Main Line as well. The platform closed in the 1960s due to little usage, and then in 1997 actually got dismantled. But until maybe 20 years ago, there actually used to be a platform on the Great Western Main Line for Westbourne Park. It used to be a GWR stop. What do you give this out of 10? The Sim or the DLC? The new 182? Because Trains-PENNINE World itself, I'd probably give it a 7-8 quite easily. I mean, there's one or two minor issues here and there, but overall, the graphics are great, the physics are good, and I do like the fact that you can actually walk around as well and explore the stations, as well as the trains. mean, not as many routes as one of the things I'd say doesn't give it a helping hand. It's not many routes, and it's quite expensive when you do go for all the add-ons like I have. And yeah, you do need a bit of a powerful PC to run it. But if you've got all the basics, then yeah, if you've got the basics and your mum's credit card, no, do not steal money, guys. Do not steal money. Earn what you buy. But if you've got the right setup, the right funding, then the whole setup's great. Now, welcome to Aschaffenburg Sud, the station that got forgotten about in main Spessart 1. The track exists, the station exists, but if you look at the map, no mission. So yeah, here's Aschaffenburg, the main central station for it, and all services go all the way over here to the main line. But no service, passenger or scenario, takes you down south. This entire single branch line, completely forgotten. This station here is quite nice as well. Not as much to look at. So I did another live stream a little while ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where I explored both of these stations, as well as walked the line. So I walked on the track, but no, I thought this station itself gets a little bit more praise like a more major live stream, because it genuinely looks really nice. And nobody's ever been here. Because there's no point to be here. It's the most useless station in Train Sim World. Yeah, in my opinion, the nicest looking. And we'll go the entire length of the track here. We've got all the houses and the roads alongside the track. If you went further down south as well, you get towards like the service yards and all the freight yards and all that. So you got all that to explore. Yeah, no people past this point. Another branch track going around this way. I'm not sure where you can go to. No, it kind of just ends. If I walks down it, how far could I go before it kind of pushes me? Not very. Still end, fair enough. Yeah, if you go to the main bit of the station now, which is like the building and all that, it genuinely is beautiful. And forgotten. I mean, obviously this is like a terminating track or something, because it's got a platform on the main building, but it just ends here. Well, it used to be connected by the looks of things. Maybe they like dismantled it over time. I mean, it's certainly not abandoned. I know train services will use this for sure. But, yeah, I'll never know why it's just forgotten. I find a step to come to the platform. There's one there, I'll go on the bridge underneath. Climb up the step. And let's go walk down the staircase there. When you look at the station below, you've got your little shop inside with all the little goods in the window and all that, like the little details in that. It's a very nice station, this, it really is. Can't go much this way. And then the bush stops you on this little like outdoor pub bar area, so I presume there's like a pub here as well. The name's signed at the top there. And little 2 dots on the D for Sud. It's a shame to see it all go to waste. There you go, it's even on the map. Aschaffenburg Hochschule and Aschaffenburg Sud. And a few more bench seating outside of here. Anyways, I think we've streamed for long enough now, and I am certainly out of energy for all of that. So, yeah, I think now's a really good time to kind of end the stream there. A little Train Sim World abandon the station there. Hashtag Jeff Marshall, hashtag fight me. Yeah, I think that's enough for that today. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Do like it, do subscribe. If you're very much interested in the DBBR182 EuroSprinter, if you're in rapid transit and you're looking for another train, then I loved it. I really love the train. I'll definitely be driving this a little more often. Every Thursday, I'll be doing the different scenarios that it includes. So it's 3 scenarios in all, so next 3 weeks we'll be doing that, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think that will be enough for it today. Do check out my Discord if you're on Discord. Do follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitch and all that. All social medias are out there. Definitely give me a look on that. And yeah, I think I'll now salute you all for a good night. Yeah, that was a good stream. It was. It was. Massive thanks to all the people who talked as well today. The interaction from the stream, talking to you guys throughout, better than it has been in a long time. And so you never know, things may look bright on the Drawyah channel, especially with train sim. People seem to be very interested in train sim, and that I now know. So thank you very much for watching. Do leave a like if you did, do subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh my